from the mountains to the shore. This here's the story of a man who settled the score. Donald Trump, the warrior, standing tall against the red, fighting communism's grip, keeping freedom ahead. He took a bullet for us, fists raised in the fight. Liberals hate him fierce, cause he's always right. Successful and strong, handling stone like a boss, kicking socialism's tail. America's gain their loss. He raised that mighty wall, 400 miles of steel, kept the invaders out, made the border real. 7 million jobs blooming like fields in the spring. Unemployment crushed low, hear the workers sing. Tax cuts for the folks, no more chains on your pay, tips and overtime free, lighten up the way, energy flowing free, drilling deep in the ground, affordable fuel for all, turning greens upside down. Oh, Donald Trump, crushing the communist state, making America great, for heaven's sake. He took a bullet for freedom, stood up from the dirt. Liberals seethe and squirm cause it hurts. He's right, he's winning, handling every blow, from rise to fraud, putting on the show. God bless the USA, land of the brave and true. Trump's our guardian, red, white, and blue. Space Force Command, as sharp as a blade. Genesis mission launching, cancer's getting slayed. Trade deals locked tight, tariffs hitting them square. No more endless wars, peace filling the air. Syria chains broken, freedom ringing out loud. Global alliance is strong, making tyrants bow. Western shield solid, security's the key. No room for socialists in this land of the free. Oh, Donald Trump, crushing the communist snake, making America great, for heaven's sake. He took a bullet for freedom, stood up from the dirt. Liberals seethe and squirm cause it hurts. He's right, he's winning, handling every blow, from rise to fraud, putting on the show. God bless the USA, land of the brave and true. Trump's our guardian, red, white, and blue. In Minnesota shadows, fraud running deep and wide. Somali scheme stealing billions, no place to hide. Tampa and Tim dancing blind, letting crooks run the game. But Trump's calling them out, lighting justice's flame. Fake meals for ghosts, daycare doors bolted shut, healthcare highs bleeding us. Enough's enough. Protests gone wild and a law fools in the street, banging pots like cowards, facing defeat. He better snag that Nobel for peace, he's the man, bringing freedom worldwide, crushing tyrants' plan. From Iran's dark storms to borders under siege, Trump's kicking tail hard, turning page after page. Liberals despise him cause he's spot on and bold, successful as thunder, breaking their hold, handling every curveball. crumbling fast, losing the working man's trust. High prices tumbling, their dreams turn to dust. Genesis health reforms, chronic ills on the run, toxic dyes banished, victories one by one. No kings, hypocrites, cheering dictators' chains. Gaze back in Hamas, twisted and insane. Trump exposes the raw, makes them look like the fools, fighting socialism's grip with unbreakable tools. Look, I'm a tool. He better snag that Nobel. For peace, he's the man. Bringing freedom worldwide, crushing tyrants' plan. From Iran's dark storms to borders under siege, Trump's kicking tail hard, turning page after page. Liberals despise him cause he's spot on and bold, successful as thunder, breaking their hold, handling every curveball from fraud to the fight. Patriotic thunder, lighting up the night. Dim's crumbling fast, losing the working man's trust. High prices tumbling, their dreams turn to dust. Genesis health reforms, chronic ills on the run, toxic dyes banished, victories one by one. No kings, hypocrites, cheering dictators' chains. Gaze back in Hamas, twist.
Okay, sorry about that. That song has a weird ending on it. Anyway, it just kind of ends. I got about 4 of them. I think with Suno, when you, believe it or not, when you have a song over 8 minutes, it seems to just chop it off. All right, so there you go. Hello, everybody. This is the Sights and Sounds of Earth on this Sunday evening, February 15th, 2026. And yeah, I'm home. I made it home about 29 minutes ago. Yes, I literally had about 20 minutes or 22 minutes to turn everything on. Half the studio's not up, the other side's not on, so this will be the only view we got tonight, but that's okay. It'll be tomorrow before I get everything going again. Let's see. Yep, we are watching the weather, and what you are seeing now, right here on the screen there is it coming through the Tampa area. It looks like Lutz is just about to get a really big batch of this rain. And so I'm going to look at that here real quick. It doesn't look like anything severe, but look at that. People in the Keystone, Pebble Creek, up in Lutz, the Fruitville area, all that area up there, there's a pretty intense rain that's coming through right now. Doesn't look like anything really severe, but a very intense rain coming through. It will be brief, but it will be noticeable. It's going to be a nice downpour with probably a couple good gusts of wind associated with it as it comes through the Tampa Bay area. Here we go. We can see some rain's already moved through the St. Petersburg Peninsula here and moved off into Tampa Bay, and now we've got this longer line, which does look like it's breaking up a little bit, but if you look out here behind it, there's another big batch coming, and everything is moving almost due east. So this batch, if we were to, oh crap, did they take away my tool? Wow, That's weird. They took away my plotting tool. I wonder if they moved it. Anyway, let's just take a look at this. This is moving almost due east. So everybody in this area here is about to get this next storm that's going to come through right here. So that's going to be Bradenton, Ruskin, where our National Weather Office is. Longboat Key, Bradenton Beach, and the Sunshine Skyway Bridge, all about to get some heavy rain here in just a little while. But before we get to that, we've got this pretty strong line right now sitting in Palm Harbor. And so we're dealing with that. And so let's take a wider look out here and see where else we might have some issues. Let's work our way up the coast. Here's the Jacksonville radar. And you can see that brown circle there. Let me go back to the Tampa radar. That brown circle there, that's the National Hurricane Center, a National Weather Service, saying, hey, we're talking about this. It looks like that we've got an area here that could see some mesoscale development, some basically rotation and things like that. So we feel that there's a marginal risk, and we also are discussing right now this area here. That's all that means. It means that they've issued a discussion points on this area. Doesn't mean they're issuing a high warning for it or anything, but areas all including Clearwater, St. Petersburg, Tampa, Lutz, as well as further east, Lakeland, Claremont, Kissimmee, and Orlando, all in this area where they are discussing, the mesoscale here and how it's possible that these storms could provide a quick spin-up tornado as they move from southwest to northeast through the state. The entire line is moving southeast, but the individual storms are moving almost due east at this point. And I'll put this back in motion on a wider view so you can see it here. You can see the storms. This is what's weird about these is this line right here is moving this direction. The whole line is moving down, okay? But the individual storms right here, they're moving due east. So you have to keep that in mind. While they're moving mostly due east, the entire complex is moving southeast. And so you've got two different things going on here. Sometimes you'll see even a bigger separation where the storms will be moving northeast and the entire complex will be moving southeast. Down here where we're at, pretty clear so far, but we are going to get some of this tail. Remember, the radar range only goes out so far. So people always say, well, look, people always say the same thing. It looks pretty clear out further out in the Gulf. Yeah, that's because the radar range is right here. Okay, so once you get out beyond that, you really don't see a lot of what's out there. And so that's important to understand, that we don't know what's out here. It's a mystery, okay? We can look at satellite data and we can try to extrapolate from that what's going on, but we don't know what's out here. All right, let's go further up. Let's go back to that JAX radar. Let's go up here, South Carolina. We've got, this is all moved offshore now. Okay, so this was a general thunderstorm, like basically just an outlook that this area is going to get some thunderstorms, nothing severe, nothing really strong. We do have a, this is a special marine warning as this comes off up here near Daytona Beach and on the Space Coast. And then further up, you can see here, this is already cleared tonight. Wilmington, rain will be ending shortly. And then this is going to clear off the coast here. Outer Banks, you're going to get some rain, but not a lot. Looks like it's fading out as it gets up towards you. Let's pull up the next radar. Yep, Outer Banks, you're getting some now, but it's going to fade out really quick. I would say the Outer Banks, you got this whole dry area moving in, and I don't see anything behind it. So pretty much a done deal there. Same thing for Wilmington. The last of it's moving out now, and that's going to be it. So let's move our way further up here. Let's go to the Virginia radar and see the East Virginia radar, I should say. Lots of rain still up here, but just light rain, light to moderate rainfall. Nothing really that's that big a deal, but lots of rain tonight in Richmond. Now, we're getting far enough north here that there's something we need to do, okay? And what that is we need to just change this over and make sure that we are seeing what's going on. Let's look at our winter velocity. Okay, here we go. This is the winter map. This will let us know if any of this is coming down as frozen precip as it is up here in Lancaster. So that's the good news. You got to get north of Baltimore before you start seeing any frozen precip. So let's look up further here. Again, some frozen precip in areas that are notoriously cold. But as we get closer to the coast, look at this, some freezing precip moving into the New York area now. And as you can see, as nightfall comes, it's going to switch over here. It is switching over right now because we're several hours after dark now. It is switching over to ice or some kind of snow or frozen precipitation. So that's coming into down into downtown New York. And so you can see there that's going to be a messed up morning there for the commute. And then the beginning of this line now, just making it out here, hasn't quite made it to Rhode Island yet. So, and then let's take a look up here. It's probably pretty clear. Yeah, we're just down here. Scranton, Williamsport, Allentown, a mixed bag right now. And depending on where you are, depends on what you get. But compared to what you've had over the last 3 weeks or 4 weeks, this is going to seem like not that big a deal. All right, let's put this in a larger perspective here and put this. I actually like that there's actually something on the radar to follow. As you guys know, one of the things I love to do is track weather on the radar, and here we go. So there you go. This is our radar Omega, and you can see we've got a few cameras out in front of this thing. This one here is this is the Louis Blues Bar and Grill, where you can see there it's a humid night, hasn't started raining yet. Hi, kitty. What you doing, big girl? Oh, I haven't turned my camera on yet. Why is that not working? Hold on, let me see. Didn't realize that. Sorry, guys. Yeah, anyway. Yes, I got a haircut this weekend. I don't care. All right, so anyway, it looks like I got scalped, but that's okay. I want it all gone. If I could go like this and I wouldn't have any more hair anywhere the rest of my life, I would do it right now, right on the air, right in front of you guys. Hey Deploribus, hey Gator, hey Canacloud. Jungle, Matt, glad you guys all made it in. Hey Gator. And of course Carlotta and Joseph with our other two channels, at Carlotta Alata and at Scuffed Radio. Yeah, I bet it's pouring in Orlando right now. It's going right through there. Look at that. Some very heavy rain in Orlando. Oh, come on with the skipping bullshit. There's Orlando proper. Let's go back to the single site radar because I cannot stand that multi-site radar up close. Makes me sick. All right, so there we go. The good news is it looks like it's going to be clearing a little bit. You got a dry notch moving in. So here we go. This is the greater Orlando area here. And let's zoom out a little bit and take a look. So you do have this here. There is going to be another batch that moves over you. This batch here is still going to have to move over Orlando. But it looks like it's just going to be probably the north half of Orlando. This part right here is going to come over still. But not bad, not too bad. And of course, this real heavy rain just went through Kissimmee, Disney World, places on the south side down there. Disney is southwest of Orlando, west of Kissimmee. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, there's really this area is going to last a little while longer, so we are going to take a peek here and see what it looks like on the high-res velocity. Yes, Mama Kitty. All right, I don't see any couplets. It looks like just straight line winds. So, yeah, I just see straight line winds. So I don't think we're dealing with anything tornadic here. Let's go back to high-res reflectivity. I think we're just basically dealing with rain. And probably some strong wind gusts. We were getting what seemed like 35-mile-an-hour wind gusts today north of Tampa. And it was windier than I thought, and I'm sure if we went up 20 or 30 feet above the trees, 40 feet above the pine trees, It was probably blowing 40, 50 miles an hour up there. It's some of these gusts, not sustained, but gusts. Quit zooming in on the cameras, Mama. She's a little needy right now because Daddy's been gone for 2 days, and I left her here to fend for herself, and so now she's all needy and shit. Isn't that right, kitty? She's climbing the ladder and purring. Oh, so we got rain and lightning and Lutz. Hey, Victor, what's up, buddy? Hey, Charlotte's Rock. Hey, welcome. Thank you for coming in. Sorry, guys. I try to say hi to everybody as soon as I can, but you know how it is. All right, let's see here. Dehydrated Water, thanks for coming in tonight. Mark, thank you for coming in. You're always welcome. We are on every night, guys, every night at 9 p.m., and this is the Sights and Sounds of Birth. My name's Ian. I can't go to this full studio view because we're not quite there. I just got home just moments before the broadcast. All right, so what's going on tonight? Well, Fuego is in Guatemala, is quieting down, so we're going to keep an eye on that tonight. It spewed a little bit up earlier, but guess what? Kilauea in Hawaii. I don't know, Car, did you see this? Kilauea in Hawaii. She's pissed. We got 3 or 4 geysers coming up. Take a look at these 2 live shots that we have of Kilauea in Hawaii. And wow, dude, seriously, this is a big deal. Now, does this mean it's going to take over the island and we're you know, our 50th state's getting bigger? No, not really. No. This is, it looks big, it is big, but it's down in the caldera. It's not like a full on I don't want to overplay it, but it is neat to watch. And so we're going to keep those shots up for you tonight. We also got Fox Now on, so we can keep an eye on for breaking news. And there you go. So that's what we've got going on. Now, here's what I did. This is what you do. Okay, I checked all of the normal sources that I normally check for protest video and could not find a single thing again. I couldn't find anything last night. Now, Friday night, I was in the car, so I didn't look. But Saturday night, last night, and tonight, I did a fairly extensive search for any live videos of any protesting. Does anyone out there know of any protesting going on or any video of any protesting going on? Let me know. Deploribus, I'm not familiar with that. I do believe I have a radio that can pick up 518 kilohertz. 518 kilohertz. Yeah, my 710 I think will do that. It'll receive only, but it'll do it. It's in Miami. I don't know. That's a run. It's too. Oh God. 518 kilohertz. I've never used anything down that low. I don't know. I need to look more into that. Send me, if you want, send me an email or something. Look, if it's something we can do cooperatively, or you want me to try to see if I can hear something, I'm willing to do that kind of stuff. We need to sacrifice a virgin, and maybe these volcanoes will stop spewing. You know, it could work. It could work. I don't know. Just a lot of these people in these protests, just to point out, I think they're virgins. But anyway, all right. So, but we're gonna keep an eye out for more protests. If you guys get anything with protest stuff, let me know. There is a launch tonight, Falcon 9. Let me pull that up over here. Let me see where it's going from. Oh, Cape Canaveral. It's going from here. Okay. Oh, it's 12:34 a.m. on the 16th. So yeah, that's going to be in my local time. So that's well long after we've gone off the air, but there you go. That's tonight, guys. You can get it. I'll give you some information here. Let's see here. It's just after midnight tonight. Sorry, I know these are running together, but that is what it is. All right, and for a link to that, the page I use to monitor this stuff, and it's good because it normally has video too, is Rocket Launch Live. All right, so that's what that is. I believe that the time I put in would be Eastern time, Texas. So you have to shave an hour off of that, or add an hour to it. What you know what to do? Jeez, cheese eat it. All right, so I got a bunch. There's a bunch of stuff going on. I'm gonna show you guys a few things I got at the Hamfest that I didn't get to show you last night. Yes, Mama Bleep's in here. The cats were so happy to see me when I got home. They acted like I was gone for 10 days again, when it was actually like literally less than 24 hours or less than 48 hours. And family came here and fed them over and over. So I mean, everything's good. But they act like it's the end of the world, you know, when I'm not here. So when I pulled up out there, they all heard my car. And before I know it, I had 9 cats out at the gate. I even had one of the neighbor's cats that was waiting for me to open a can of food for him. So, all right, well, let me see. Let me see if I can. I don't know what that is. I don't mean to claim ignorance, but I'm not one of these people that bullshits. Maritime Safety Broadcast, Navigation Center. The U.S. Coast Guard Miami Navtex identifier Alpha transmits marine weather products off N04, a safety message for the Southwest North Atlantic, located at what would broadcast 4-hour intervals beginning at midnight UTC. It's a critical component of the GMDSS for the region. So what's going on? Tell me what's the deal here. I don't have any equipment to do this right now, but I could probably go hook something up. I mean, my FT710 is still in the car. I haven't even unloaded it yet. What are they is it like weather updates? Is that what it is? Because if it is, I'm going to try to set it up and start receiving this. Miami's a stretch, though. It's over the horizon for me. I'm only at 40 feet. So, and I don't have any beams to face that direction. Well, and my God, at that frequency range. I don't know. I want to check this out. I want to check it out. I've got it on my notes to do. So let's do that. All right, yeah, I want to check that out. That would be neat to listen to. Hey, what's up, Tim? Thanks for being here, buddy. Let's see who else we got. I think I got everybody so far that's in the chat anyway. If you guys are watching the show and not chatting, you are welcome to chat. We don't attack chat people, even if you don't agree with us. You know, we don't attack unless you're trolling. Then you might get a little bit of guff, but we seriously are open-minded here, so it is what it is. And we do welcome you, and we also welcome people that don't want to chat. You are still welcome. We love you having you in for the show. feel free, if you don't like the chat, you don't like the whole concept, or you don't like the publicity of it, whatever, feel free to send me an email, KO4EFS, my call sign, KO4EFS, and at gmail.com. Just send me an email and tell me what, hey, on your show, I really wish you would do this, but I don't chat. So, and I'll talk to you. We'll go back and forth. I'll work it out. We'll see what I can do. Because I like your input. I'm working on a couple things right now, which I'm going to get into here in just a few minutes. I do want to get the latest on the volcanoes and the space weather out before I do that. So let's go ahead, and we're going to finish up with the breaking news roundup here, which should take about 30 minutes. I'm going to take a break. And then when I come back from the break, I've got several more things I want to do. I'm going to show you some stuff I bought at the Ham Fest. And we're going to go through all that kind of stuff. So we'll get to that in just a few minutes. All right, so space weather. A co-rotating interaction region, or a CIR, is hitting Earth on Valentine's Day, which it did here. And it's hitting, sparking, it could spark G1 class geomagnetic storms. These are high latitude storms, so no big deal. I just thought I would mention this to everybody. It's going to be a beautiful Valentine night display. They said on Valentine's night, it was a beautiful display over Lake Superior. You could see it down into the upper tier of the United States. It was pretty cool. And so that's what happened. I just wanted to let you guys know a little deal. What happens is, guys, with these interactive regions, you'll have solar wind coming in, which usually comes from a coronal hole in the sun. And as this solar wind comes barreling in, there'll be faster and slower moving parts of that stream. And when you get a really fast stream, and all of a sudden there's a really slow stream, and they have an interaction region, and that's what this is. It's it's the interaction between these two different layers, basically, of energy, protons that are moving through space. And when you have fast ones moving next to slow ones, when that hits our deflector shield, basically our ionosphere, it reverberates more, and we can actually get auroras from that, just like we do with coronal mass ejections and different other things from the sun. So there you go. It's kind of a neat thing, but that's a co-rotating interaction region, or a CIR, and it did hit Earth, and we did get a great display of auroras through the Great Lakes and up through Canada. It was really cool. All right, so there we go. That's how that works, and that is from spaceweather.com. Spaceweather.com. By the way, the music tonight I made on Suno with Grok's help. From time to time, when we're not having a busy night, I will show you guys how I do it. I love making music. If you want to hear more of my music, it's not perfect. There's a few that have errors in them and stuff. But if you want to hear some pretty cool music, and you want to hear all my ham radio music, Kat, what's the deal? If you want to hear all of my amateur radio music and patriotic music and all that kind of stuff, and all the songs I've made for the show, there's over 100 songs running right now over on Starship After Dark. If you want to own them, you can own them by downloading them from our download site. And I'll get that link for you right now. Because basically, I want you guys to have this stuff if you want to have it. Because it doesn't matter to me. I would rather somebody enjoy it. I made it. I would much rather somebody enjoy it. Where the... Cat, you are bothering me at this point. I know I'm home. Oh my God. Okay, here's the link. Here's the link. You can go there and you can get... Oh, no, wait a minute. It didn't copy. Hold on. Copy link. Let me try it again. There we go. That was earlier when I copied that to see what the heck it was. All right, so there you go. That's the Google Drive. You click that, it brings you to a folder. You can probably figure out from there where everything's at. And that music is license free. I don't care. Feel free to use it. I'm so sick of this licensing bullshit. I can't deal with it any longer. So I'm offering it to you. Have it. There's songs in there about ham radio. There's all kinds of stuff. If you want to listen to it, you can listen to it over at Starship After Dark. All right, so that's that. I just wanted to get that out there. All right, let's take a quick look. The next thing I want to discuss is the Nancy Guthrie disappearance. The very latest information. It's been beat into our heads over and over, so I'm going to go quickly through this. Savannah Guthrie says in a new video released today that she believes that her mother is still alive, and they believe that the search for the missing mom is seeing progress at this point. Now, I'm very concerned of what I've seen in this case. We've got a rogue sheriff that decided that he was going to use some private crime lab in Florida rather than the FBI, and he would rather truck it there himself and pay for it than he would use the free FBI services of the best crime lab in the entire country. So we got a sheriff here that's being uncooperative, and that's a little distressing to me. I don't like that. They didn't call the FBI. The FBI had to come and inquire. That's just not right. This is a national level person that's missing, the mother of someone who is basically famous. I mean, you can use whatever words you want. And so we need to solve this, because you know what? This shit can't go on in this country. Okay, I'm just going to be as blunt as I can here. This shit does not go on in a first world country, and it certainly doesn't go on in the United States of America. So the reason that Trump and the reason that everybody wants to solve this thing, the reason is because it's a big deal. Because this shit doesn't happen in our country, okay? And so that's why everybody's saying, look, we're drawing a line in the sand. Everybody all the way up to the president is involved in this. We're drawing a line in the sand, and we're going to catch these bastards, and they're going to pay. And if we can get her back alive, that's, of course, the number one priority. And then catching these bastards would be a really, really close number two. What needs to happen is they just need to keep working it hard. The sheriff needs to quit obstructing. He needs to quit holding evidence from the FBI. He needs to quit being a prick. And I hope that there's hell to pay for him after this. I think he's already cost himself the next election, but I would like to see something even a little harsher than that. So I'm not happy with what's going on there. You know, when I was a cop, when I was a firefighter, when I was a dispatcher, when I was an emergency manager and on a communications team, and I responded into disasters like I pulled into Florida City the day after Hurricane Andrew hit and destroyed everything. Everything was destroyed. And we come pulling up in there, and, you know, there was complete and total cooperation between all the local, state, federal. We brought in cop cars and let their cops borrow our cop cars. I mean, and then Ford showed up a week later with cop cars that were already painted with lights and sirens and everything, and just gave them to them. I mean, the craziest shit happened back then. And when we would do that, every agency out there completely and totally worked together. There was never, you know, on TV, on NCIS and all these different shows, and I'm using them very generically because I don't watch any of that cop drama shit. But with all these shows, what you see is, well, I'm a state police officer and I'm taking jurisdiction. Well, I'm a CIA and I'm an FBI, I'm an alphabet, blah, 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 and I'm taking over this. It doesn't work that way. In all my years in law enforcement and fire service and all my years in government, I never saw two agencies argue about much of anything. You know, we're seeing it a little bit more and more nowadays, but it's just unheard of that they didn't call immediately. The moment this happened, why didn't that sheriff get on the phone and call his FBI field office and say, look, guys, I'm the sheriff of this county. I need you. This woman's in danger. She's been kidnapped. I need you. What's wrong with that? It's ego. It's freaking ego. If this woman dies over that sheriff's ego, oh shit. I won't let that go. I'm telling you guys, it's going to sit on me like an elephant. I can't stand that. The FBI lab in Quantico is the best crime lab in the world. They have a plane crash in Bangladesh. They send the shit to Quantico. They're trying to solve a serial murder in Berlin. They send that shit to Quantico. I mean, I'm telling you, people around the world send their shit. When they really need to know, they send their shit to Quantico. Why? Because it is the best crime lab in the world, hands down. You got to be an alien with warp technology to have a better crime lab than that. And so that's why it really jerks me off that this dope sent all that shit to Florida. I don't know, whatever. It's ego, it's narcissism, could be, but definitely ego. No, I'm not following anything in the Olympics. I'm not following anything in the Olympics unless a UFO shows up over the venue. Then I'll cover it. I don't. The Olympics are so bullshit that I can't even look. The Olympics were good when I was a kid. The Olympics were something to be proud of when I was a kid. But I'm gonna tell you what, the Olympics has gone the same way as the NFL. It's all this woke bullshit. They got men competing. We got dick swinging around on the women's team. And I'm done, dude. I'm done. I don't like any of it. I don't watch any of it. The bullshit way they judge all the ice skating, where there's judges from different countries. The whole thing is corrupt as F, okay? I'm telling you, it doesn't get more corrupt. So always questioning, nothing personal, dude. I just don't, or ma'am, whatever. I don't, I'm sorry, I don't do anything with the Olympics. But if there's something really cool, I mean, let me take a peek. And then I do want to take one last look at the Guthrie stuff and see if I missed anything. But let's take a peek. I don't mind meandering a little bit, like the Democrats. Okay, here we go. This via Fox News. Canada's curling team now accuses Sweden of filming violation in response to Olympic cheating allegations. The dispute between Canada and Sweden has become the latest saga in the controversy-filled Winter Olympics. There's your headline, controversy-filled Winter Olympics. After Sweden accused Canada of double-touching stones on Friday, igniting a global controversy, Canadian curler curling's that thing where they got the weird round rocks with the handle on top and they slide it down. That's curling, if you didn't know. Everybody probably knew, but I want to make sure. Curler Mark Kennedy leveled allegations against the Swedes of improperly filming his delivery. They have come up with a plan here at the Olympics, as far as I know, to catch teams in the act at the hog line, Kennedy said. See, I don't know any of the terminology in this shit. This was planned right from the word go yesterday, from the words that were being said by the coaches and the way they were running to the officials. It was kind of evident that something was going on, and they were trying to catch us in the act. I know we're not the only team that have done that to Kennedy ads. So I think it was, I don't know what the word is for it, but like it's premeditated plan to try to catch us. Okay? Whatever. It's just a big scam. Listen, I feel bad for these athletes that train their whole life to go to the Olympics and find out when they get there it's all bullshit. They find out that Olympic Village don't even have running water half the time. They find out that these countries don't ever give them the wonderful show they were supposed to give them. And there is always scandal. It's always scandal laden and scandal ridden. And there's always people saying that this person got screwed out of this and that person got screwed out of that. Got to tell you guys, the whole thing with the Olympics just saddens me. It really does. Yeah, it's a lot of drama. They double tapped the audacity. Yeah, I don't, give me a break. um, I don't know. Also, the Israeli bobsled teams, all their passports were stolen. I mean, what's going on, guys? I mean, this is bullshit. There's got to be more, whatever. Curling's crazy because as the thing's sliding down, the guys are like brushing ahead of it to make it go different ways and shit. It's kind of messed up, but it's pretty funny. Um, I'm sure the Olympic Village is fully stocked with condoms. Um, yes, I'm a proud non-sponsor of the Olympics. You're damn right. I'm not a big fan. I believe in what it is, and I believe in I don't know. I believe in what it was. Let me put it that way. I believe in what it was. What it is now, I have no idea. Look at this mess. I'll put this on the big view for a while. But this is a real mess here working its way through. Okay. Yes, badminton gate. uh there's a shortage of condoms in Olympic Village, right? Well, maybe instead of going there to screw, maybe they should go there to play sports, or something. I don't know. Just putting that out there. All right. Every single time even when it was here, there was issues in Olympic Village, and the reason is because all these people are all from different cultures. This is part of the problem. They're all from very different cultures, and they're all coming to stay in the same building or whatever, and that in itself is problematic. And then they're dealing with the culture in that country because that's who's feeding them, that's who's taking care of their rooms, that's who's taking care of all their security needs. It's the people from that country. And there's language barriers with everybody. That's all just starting to disappear now with these new devices that within a few years will be in everybody's ear. They haven't settled on a name yet, but Gene Roddenberry called it a universal translator. But I think there's a lot of problems going into Village. And then I also know that they're always budget overruns. They're always cutting back on the money. There's always accused of not spending any money on anything. And so it just is always a quagmire, just a huge quagmire mess. And so that's what it is to me. It's just a big mess. That the way they do the judging is crooked. The way they do the points is crooked. Everything's crooked. It's skewed towards this and skewed away from that. And there will be the reason they space the Olympics out so much is because it takes that long to get all the litigation done, if you know what I mean. We've already got this stuff, Texas, and it's getting better every day. It won't be long before you'll be able to hear the other person's conversation in their voice, in your ear, in your language. And the next generation after that will be able to do multiple conversations at one time. So you can just sit in a room and listen to everybody. Within a couple of years, you're going to, the language barrier will disappear. And, Star Trek had one. And that's true. Star Trek, Gene Roddenberry developed the flip phone, and he developed the taser. He developed so many cool things. No, one of the really cool things that he came up with was a device. in early Trek, in Star Trek Enterprise, it was actually a box that you connected your communicator into, and they worked together, and she could put it in front of herself and she could talk through it, and it would talk for them and stuff. And then by the time they got to Captain Kirk's era, it was built into just the communicator itself. And then when you got to the Next Generation, Jean-Luc Picard heard it in his ear, and it was built into his comm badge. So yeah, it's kind of neat how it developed along. But that's, if you think about it, sci-fi, one of the big bullshit retcons about sci-fi is the fact that no matter what planet they go to, they speak English. Well, they kind of retconned a lot of that on Stargate different ways. On Star Trek, they retconned it with every officer has a badge that translates just about any language. And even if it's a language it doesn't know, it will immediately start working to translate it. And Texas, that's an interesting observation. This may make the process of getting people to acclimate even worse than it is now, but it may not matter as much because we can now talk to them even though they don't speak English. So, yeah, kind of one of those things, a two-edged sword. Well, they should acclimate and assimilate. That's what they should do. Not completely. You don't give up your culture. You don't give up your culture. You come here, you still cook the same food. You still have the same conversations with your children. You still have the same culture. Okay? But you also integrate into our culture. So your culture and our culture become the two cultures. You're actually part of two cultures, I guess you would say. But that doesn't mean you lose yours, but you do have to acclimate to ours. You do have to at least get to where if a cop walks up to you and says, hey, stop right there, you at least know to stop right there. Because that shit will get you in a lot of trouble. Texas, I think there's a lot of bullshit that goes on too. I've always thought this. I've always thought that there's a lot of people that speak some English, but they'll just act like they don't because it's easier and it gets them out of trouble. Yeah. I'm not one of these people that thinks you got to speak fluent English before you can apply for citizenship. No, but you got to be on the way. You got to show some effort. Yeah, it is what it is. All right, let's get back to this. Like I said, Savannah Guthrie, I want to talk about this for just a minute. Savannah Guthrie posted a new video on Instagram Sunday marking 2 weeks since her mother Nancy Guthrie's disappearance and sharing a message of hope. I wanted to come on, and it's been 2 weeks since our mom was taken, and I just wanted to come on and say that we still have hope and we still believe. And I want to say that whoever has her knows where she is, and it's never too late, and you are not lost or alone. Savannah Guthrie added, it's never too late to do the right thing, and we are here. We believe, and we believe in the essential goodness of every human being. I think that's, I hate to say this, but I do not believe in the essential goodness of every human being. I believe in the essential goodness of a lot of human beings, and I believe in the essential evil of a lot of human beings. And it doesn't necessarily follow political line. That's a non-political thing. Okay, so they got some DNA off the gloves. This is important. And they're going to put it into that CODIS. The Combined DNA Index System, or CODIS, is the FBI's nationwide DNA database used to solve crimes and identify suspects. It allows federal, state, and local crime laboratories to compare DNA profiles and link cases across jurisdictions according to the FBI website. In this case, the DNA profile lifted from the recovered gloves, which officials say appears to match the gloves worn by the suspect seen in the surveillance video, is expected to be added to CODIS for comparison. At the national level, CODIS works through the National DNA Index System, or NDIS, which would allow crime labs across the country to share and compare DNA profiles. As of November 2025, NDIS contains more than 19.2 million offender profiles and 6.1 million arrestee profiles and nearly 1.45 million forensic profiles. The FBI says CODIS has helped in more than 758,000 investigations nationwide. Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos on Sunday responded to a report citing that an alleged inside source who claimed that Guthrie case was a burglary gone wrong and that investigators believe Nancy Guthrie is still alive. It did not come from us, Nanos told Fox News. No idea, and even thought that this one of many possibilities. We would never speculate such things. We will let the evidence take us to the motive. The FBI spokesman echoed that response, telling Fox News they have no clue where that came from. The statement followed a report earlier Sunday by a local Arizona TV news reporter who claimed an inside source said investigators now believe the case was a burglary gone wrong. I don't buy that. I don't buy that. And I'm telling you why I don't buy it. I don't buy it because I don't buy it. There's no way that this was a burglary and it went wrong somehow. So they kidnap her and what, they killed her and just put her somewhere? I don't know. I don't think that that's good. And of course now they're walking it way back because they probably never said it to begin with. It was probably just some bullshit news reporter came up with it or something. Let's see, what else do we got? Oh, this thing just skipped. What? Kitty, you have to get off the keyboard. I'm doing news. Oh my Lord, I'm so aggravated tonight. Everything's aggravating me tonight. All right, let's see if I can get down there to this again. Legal experts are calling for Sheriff Nanos to step aside and let the FBI do the job that they do so well. And a lot of these specialists have criticized the Pima County Sheriff's handling of the case. So this is going to end up being a real mess. All right, the rest of this is probably stuff you already know, so we're not going to be going back all through everything again. So there we go. Is there anything else on that you guys want me to talk about? Let's see. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, but I agree with that, but I mean that's something you could start with, but yeah, I don't know. She's also interviewed a lot of other people that might want to do her harm too. So I mean, I don't know. Could be. I think the most likely scenario is it's a kidnapping for ransom. I'm one of these people that believes that the path of least resistance is generally the way home, and I think that's where we're at with this one. Well, here's the thing. If they're wanting to connect to a Bluetooth pacemaker, that thing has an extremely limited range. Now, I'm sure that they have some equipment, some amazing equipment that might be able to, let's say it makes the range 5 times more than what it normally is. That's still only 25 feet around her body. That's not even enough for a passing car outside to pick it up. So I don't know. I don't know how much hope there is there. Yeah, Canna Club, there's a lot of stuff coming in. Occam's razor, yeah. That's a possibility, Canna. I also know that if they went to all the trouble to kidnap her, they might have went to the trouble to get whatever that med is that she really needs. Because they need her alive, right? You would assume. I think that's the hope the family's going on. is that they took some extra steps to keep her alive, because that's imperative for the mission to keep her alive. So there you go. All right, so that's what we have on that case. And of course, we're watching the two volcanoes. Fuego just had a little burp up there. You can see it. They've zoomed the camera back a little bit so you can see the little town that's down there at the base of the hill. Can it? It could be. It could be. Now, I want to put one little disclaimer on here. I'm covering this because it's breaking news. I don't really do, like, Nancy Grace type stuff on here. So I'm following this because it is news right now, and I think we all have a general interest in this. But as far as, like, following the drama beyond her being recovered and the breaking news portion of it, and I say recovered, both either alive or dead, then at that point, my coverage will be over because I don't really get into the crime drama. So Minnesota is now Tampon Tim, who looks bad, by the way. He has aged a lot in the last year. Oh my God, he looks really bad. He's lost some weight since he came out like with all the jazz hands and the birthday clown routine and all that bullshit, when they announced that he was going to be the runner-up loser behind Kamala Harris. He looks bad now, really bad. And he come out today, and they're wanting money. They want ICE to pay for this and pay for that, and the federal government to give them money. No, you get nothing. You get nothing. I'll tell you what, all that money you spent putting tampon machines in men's rooms, you douchebag. Oh my God. And look at all this fraud and all this federal fraud, and they want money. They're asking for money. This piece of shit that caused these riots, he caused these riots. And nope. He caused these riots. He's not going to pay for them. Feds are going to pay for them. That's right. Feds are going to pay for them. What's up with that bullshit? Oh, let's see what else is going on. Yep, Ron DeSantis played some golf with Trump. I think it's going to be interesting to see these two getting back together because they're both powerhouses. And they did run against each other. There's some sour grapes. But you got the #1 governor right there, and you got the president that's getting it done. And I really want those two to work together. Hey, Yellow. Welcome in tonight. All right, so what else do we got? By the way, the Canadian shooting, another transgender. Nearly all of these mass shootings over the last year and a half have been transgenders. When they talk these people into chopping things off and sewing things up and taking chemicals to change your sexual makeup, they're messing up these people's brains even more than they probably are. And they're killing themselves. They're shooting up themselves. They're shooting up schools. It's terrible. I'm telling you, it's bad. Yeah, Barack Obama, now they're saying he was not a progressive by today's standards. No, he wasn't. He wasn't crazy. You can say what you want about him. You could say he was terrible or whatever. I probably would agree with a lot of that. But he was not batshit crazy like some of these people are now. And he wasn't completely senile like Joe Biden was. And hell, Bill Clinton, if Bill Clinton ran today, he'd be a Republican. Because everything he stood for back then is what the Republicans stand for today, which is closed borders, sovereignty of our country, things like that. Good budget. You know, some of his domestic, his foreign policy was shit. Some of the other things with Clinton wasn't the best, but his budget was good. And if he ran today, he would be a fiscal conservative. Give me a break. So yeah, I think it's crazy that we can actually see some good in the last 2 or 3 Democrat presidents. Jimmy Carter was the nicest guy ever, by the way. Other than that, he was terrible. But we can actually find some good in those last 3 guys. Joe Biden, on the other hand, I don't know. I don't know where any good is with Joe Biden. I don't know where you're going to find any of that. The guy was senile right from the get. All always questioning, are you talking about the Guthrie case, or were you talking about something else I mentioned? Because in the Guthrie case, the local law enforcement still leads, as far as I understand. Yeah, well, that's Canna Club. That's always one of the fears, is that we'll never know. So, yeah, Carter was easily manipulated. He was just a really nice guy. He never should have been president. But see, that's the left. They lead with their heart. The right leads with their brain. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to take a break. I need to go get a drink. Not that kind of drink. And I needed to stand up and walk around for a few minutes. So I'm going to take a 7-minute break. I'll be right back. And we'll pick it up right where we left off. But I do need to relax. So let me find a song here that we can put on. Oh, what happened? I missed it. There we go. I'm going to show you guys a few things. I'm going to talk to you about what we're doing on the channel next. I've been really working on some stuff over the last week, and it's going to be fun. And then we'll also get into our show sponsor, because I know you guys love when we talk about our show sponsor. And so there you go. All right, let's see here. I've got so many songs. Sometimes I have to figure out which ones I want to play. All right. Ooh, that one didn't copy. Why not? Oh, there it is. It went. Okay. All right, guys. I'll be right back. My name's Ian. This is Starship Adventures. We're going to take our break here. It's 10:09 on the East Coast, 7:09 on the left coast, 9:09 in Tampon Timland. And I'm going to take a few-minute break here, and then I'll be back for the second half of the show. In the second half, we're going to go through our sponsors, which you guys love. And we're also going to talk about some stuff I'm doing with the channel. And I'm going to be doing a survey, a Google survey with you guys coming up in about a week. It's a comprehensive survey on what you want to see the channel do. And I think it's going to be great. Trump and X, yes. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna play some music. I'll be back in 7 minutes, guys, and I will leave the screens up. So you guys stay with us out here. This is the Sights and Sounds of Earth. My name's Ian, and this is Starship Adventures. Check out our backup channel, Starship After Dark. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Thank you for being here tonight.
Buckle up, patriots. These clown shows in the streets, they're about as American as a commie parade. Time to sing it straight. No sugar. All salt, God bless Trump. And the USA. Out in Minneapolis, they're screaming abolish ICE, blocking roads like idiots, acting all high and mighty. Portland's burning again, Antifa thugs in black, smashing windows, hurting cops, yeah, take that back. Los Angeles riots. the pot with sorrow's dough. And outlaw chaos, but we all know it's a show. These antis protest, stupid as hell, downright dumb. Anti-American trash, where the hell you from? Riots wrecking our cities, hurting the brave and true. But President Trump's fighting back, making America new. Keep the U.S. great, with borders strong and tight. Law and order forever, under freedom's light. You pointless clowns got no hope. IS follows the law, MAGA's rising up. Hear the patriots roar. Across the U.S., these whiners cry and moan. Anti-law and order, leaving destruction in their zone. Damaging shops, spraying hate on the walls, injuring police who answer the calls. And alpha-masked, hiding coward faces, paid by at least to trash our sacred places. But MAGA counter-protesters standing tall and proud, waving flags, pushing back the radical crowd. YouTube blowing up with the real truth exposed, local media filming your bosses deposed. You think your tantrum's gonna change a damn thing? ICE deporting crooks, that's the law we bring. No hope for your nonsense, it's all hot air and lies, while Trump's keeping us safe under star-spangled skies. Inflatable critters, what a pathetic size. Smart-ass radicals losing the fight. We're protective as hell of our red, white, and blue. You anti-American fools, we're done with you. From coast to coast, your protests fall flat. Ridiculous chants like a bad circus act. Expanding on YouTube, the world sees your shame. Local news capturing your blame game. MAGA warriors rally, turning the tide, defending our nation with patriotic pride. These riots are garbage, injuring the just, but Trump's law and order, in him we trust. These anti-ICE protests, stupid as hell, downright dumb. Anti-American trash, where the hell you from? Riots wrecking our cities, hurting the brave and true. But President Trump's fighting back, making America new. Keep the U.S. great, with borders strong and tight. Law and order forever, under freedom's light. You pointless clowns got no hope. IS follows the law, MAGA's rising up. Hear the patriots roar. Yeah, keep protesting, you ridiculous crew. Trump's making America greater than you. God bless the USA, land of the free and bold. These protests are over, story told. MAGA forever.
All right, we're back. Hello, everybody. This is the Sights and Sounds of Earth. We're here for the second hour of the show. We got about maybe 46 more minutes or so. I don't know, something like that. We'll get it done. Let's see here. Amelia Earhart. There you go. It was a Voyager episode where they found Amelia Earhart in the Delta Quadrant. Kind of a neat episode. Some of the Star Trek you guys didn't like it, but it was a little tropey, but it was all right. I liked it. It was all right. The guy that played Tackleberry on Police Academy was in it too. It's pretty good. All right. So what are we at tonight? Well, I wanted to talk a little bit more about Hamfest. I didn't want to give the impression last night. After I signed off, I kind of got the feeling that maybe I gave the impression that there was a lot of controversy and we really didn't have a good time. The truth is there was a little teeny bit of controversy. It was no big deal, and we had a great time. It was wonderful. So yeah, oh, is there something going on in Portland? Let me see what we got here. Let me see. So anyway, I'm going to talk about that here. Let me put this in so we can see what we got here. Play the commercial. All right, there we go. There's your 5 protesters. I'm telling you, there is millions and millions and millions of people that consider themselves far left, and they can't muster up 7 people a night. I almost think these people are doing themselves a disjustice, like this frog that's running at the camera. I think that these people are doing themselves a giant disjustice, an injustice by going out every night and showing them that they can only muster a few people. I think it would probably be smarter if it were me. I think it might be smarter if they were to give it a rest sometimes, and then get everybody together on one day and make it hit hard. To me, that is the better plan. I mean, don't you guys think that's the better plan? I would rather you guys see nothing for a week, because when there's nothing, nobody talks about a nothing. Nobody comes on every night and says, no protesters tonight. But I come on every night and say, look, there's your 5 protesters again. There's 60 million, 16 million, 10 million, I don't even know how many liberals in this country that consider themselves far left. Millions in the LGBTQIA2S plus community. People that are just a bunch of bleeding heart leftist liberals. And they can't muster more than about 5 or 6 people. That was the episode. Deploribus, that was the episode. Yes. They were the what was it, the 51s or whatever, I can't remember the name, the 52s. They were all those people that they thought out were all taken in the same year. Yes, they found that truck floating through space. And of course, Tom Paris got it running again. What's wrong, kitty? You want to go out? What? Oh, is that Ed outside? Come on, Ed, say hi to everybody. And then immediately went back out again. Here's Ed. I come home and he's got a new bald spot on his head. I don't know what are you? Oh my God! Oh, don't hold me! Don't hold me because I need to. Oh no! Don't hold me! Oh, I can't be held. You are nuts. What is? Love me though. Don't hold me. Just love me. Don't hold me. Just love me. Isn't he beautiful? I call him a pet store cat because he wouldn't have lasted till lunchtime in a pet store. Somebody would have adopted him right away. Could have sold him for $600. That's right. Now you ain't worth crap. Well, you got an injury on your head. What happened? What'd you do? You're not going to tell me. Well, whatever. Maybe they did. Maybe they're. I think when the paid protesters don't come out, and Antifa doesn't show up, and the paid agitators don't show up, then the MAGA people don't show up, and the media doesn't show up, and then all you have left is 5 people in inflatables and 1 YouTuber. That's Ed Earl. That's my boy, Ed Earl. Ed Earl Grey. My 10-year-old gray cat that's starting to brown. You know how everybody else grays? You know, we all turn gray. I'm starting to get a lot of gray in my beard and stuff. What do gray cats do when they get old? They turn brown. I'm not lying to you. He's browning. Yeah, so there you go. So I wanted to tell you guys a few things about Hamfest. I didn't get to show you this because I left it in the car last night. Look at that. Is that not cool? There's a company there that does these, and they couldn't do my logo because it's a bitch to get the logos and everything and get them right, make them camera ready and all that. But they said, well, we can put your name right on there. And then I had this really great American hat picked out, and they were out of them. So, but I'm happy with this one. It's like a dark red or a light burgundy color, which is my favorite color. I don't like tamale red. I don't want any orange in it. I want it to be really red with almost a purple tone or a dark tone or a black. Like if you're mixing red for me, there's going to be a little black in there because I want it dark. I want it to be dark red. So this is the color of my channel. This is the same exact red color. It's just a little darker than your standard red color. And so very happy with that. I found some neat things that were just like, I don't know, stupid shit. These things are really cool. I don't know if I can get them to work or not. They're just little lights. $2 a piece. These are the kind of things you find there. Now, I'm sure I can order these on Amazon for the same price. But all they are, and I can't, sometimes they don't work in this thing because they don't draw enough power. But all they are is little lights, and they light up really bright. I got some red ones, blue ones, white ones, and they literally are just, I just can't believe they won't light up unless I plug something else in. Let me find something else to plug in here. Mama, I'm busy right this minute, Mom girl. Hold on. It's okay. See. This worked earlier. I just plugged something in and it started providing power. There we go. So it's just a blue light. It's kind of cool. $2. I bought these, and let me tell you what you can do with these. They are really cool. If there's somewhere in your shack or your house, under a counter, anywhere where you need a little light, this is USB. Especially like if you want a little nightlight in your bedroom, this can plug into the back of your TV. It can plug in anywhere you have a nightlight. It can also plug, anywhere you have an electric plug, you can plug it in and use it as a nightlight. And so I just thought they were really cool. I bought a bunch of those. I know I'm spending way too much time on a stupid little $2 light, but I really thought these were cool. And I'm looking for, I've got a few projects in here I'm gonna use them for. They've got orange. He calls it red. I don't call it red. It's orange, whatever. And then the other one's white. I got 6 of them, and I'm gonna look for them on Amazon too, because I bet you I can get more of them on Amazon. They gave out these really cool bags. I ended up with 2 of them. DX Engineering. Look at this, really neat bags, you know, to put all your convention shit in. I ended up with 2 of them. So I walked up to this guy and I'm like, hey, so what's the deal with all this stuff? And he says, well, I'll give you some stuff. What do you want? And he says, there's a box here and you can take anything out of that box you want and you can have it. He said, it's all this stuff on the table and below the table here came from a silent key, which means someone who's passed away. And when he drinks, he has to paw and it makes a noise. Anyway, so the widow had this man come and take all the stuff, and whatever he makes on it, he's going to give her back. But this stuff was all in a bin. He said, that stuff I'm just giving away. I just don't want to load it back up in my truck. So I went through it and picked out about 10 different things, and I laid them all out on the table. And I said, here, and I gave him a $10 bill. And he goes, no, I said it's free. I said, I know, but I want you to give this to that woman, this $10, because I just kind of felt bad taking all this stuff. I ended up with this great NMO mount that there's nothing wrong with. It's got a quarter wave. Thank you. Knocking my new light off. Thank you. This has a great quarter wave. Didn't pay anything for that. That's what I like about these Hamfests, is you'll end up getting a lot of cool stuff. I bought a police light bar. I know this sounds crazy, but like a full-size LED Federal Signal Corporation light bar, and I saw it, and the guy wanted $50 for it. That's a steal. Even for a used one. This one's in great condition. There's no damage. Everything works. And so I'm like, well, I asked him what's wrong with it. He says, well, you know, the wiring's a little old and it's a little shorty, this and that. But and we went through it, and I'm like, well, that's pretty good. You know, I'm happy with that. I'll buy this maybe if you'll do it for $40. He says, well, would you stop? Would you stop with my lights? I'll put them back in here so you can't do that. Every time I sit one of these down, she puts it right off on the floor. All right, so, Mama, you've shrunk the size of my screen. All right, so the guy that sold me the light bar, he said, I'll tell you what, buy the light bar for $50. I need $50 for the light bar. I'll let you pick out a bunch of shit out of my parts bin and you can have it for free. I'm like, really? He goes, I said, what's in it? He showed me. I'm like, wow, there's a lot of good stuff in there. He goes, pick you out 5 or 6, 7 things, and you can have it to go with the light bar. And I'm also going to throw in this little mini bar, which I gave to Joseph for his golf cart. So anyway, I went through there and found these. These are Wheelan Manufacturing Company. These are $200 a pair when they're new. These things are some of the brightest little lights that you can mount on a vehicle. And these things work. They're red and blue. I don't obviously need them for the road, but the light bar I have is red and green. And so if I'm not going to use it on a car, I'm going to put some of these red and blue ones in it and make it all different colors and stick it in here and hook it up to one of my switches over here. I think it'll be fun. But I got a lot of these. Look at these little really bright little LED flush mount modules. This is a 2-color. This one is probably red and blue. I don't know. But when you have 3 wires, you've got 2 colors. These are modules for the light bar that I bought, and they are clear. So what I'm going to do, I can move the modules in and put these so it'll have 4 takedown lights. I think that's going to be really cool. And then I also got these. These are extremely bright. They're half red, half blue, I believe. Although they look white and colored to me. So they might be red and white or blue and white. I'm not sure. But there is 4 wires. So I don't know. They could be red, blue, white. They could do 4 different colors. I don't know. So I can't wait to check these out and see what they are. But they're going to be very bright. And I can put those in there too. So I'm going to put these up so that when I hit a button, all these lights will start blinking. It'll be kind of funny in here. So I'm going to do something fun with them. But anyway, that's the kind of stuff I do. I talk to people. I talk them down on stuff. I can't bring that light bar in here right now, but eventually it'll be part of this room. I just haven't figured out exactly how I'm going to do it yet. I also got a little light that's in my car, like a little light to light up the area. And HRO, ham radio outlet, like those guys. I say if you can buy it at Amazon, buy it at Amazon. But if Amazon don't have it, HRO will have it, ham radio outlet. And they were there. They had a great showing. And they helped me. I bought a $90 thing from them. This is something else I got. Oop, the thing just fell off. I'll put a piece of tape on that. This is a rail that mounts underneath the shelf, and I'm putting it on this shelf right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm putting it on this shelf right here. It's going to look really nice there. I've got the other end piece to go on it. And this goes on that, and it's 12 volt. That is going to be hooked up to one of my switches. And so I bought that to go there. This whole thing was $7. RGB LED with a controller, so I can make it whatever color I want. That's going to go right here and replace out the one that I have there, which works, but it's not straight. I want it to be perfectly straight. This one, when I put it there, will be perfectly straight. and most of the light will go down, but you'll still be able to see it on the air. I think that's going to be really cool. I can't wait to get that hooked up. And then I went at the other stuff I got from that free bin that I told you about. Look at this. Talk about antennas. I got a whole family of antennas here. I got daddy antenna. That's I don't know what this is. It looks like aircraft band possibly. Look at this. This is a it almost looks like it's too short to be 2 meter. I'm not sure. And then I got this one, which is 440, and then I got this one, which is 800. So I got these little, these three are Motorola's. Very good antenna equipment, and I ended up getting it for nothing. I got this out of that box. This was part of that 10 bucks I gave the guy. So, and these came with this, and they all work together. And I've got 5 more of these, so I can use these in any configuration for anything. Like when I go out on the road, you can stick these on a metal roof, whatever. I love magnet mounts. I use them a lot. Anyway, so that's going to be fun. I now have all these to play with and all that because I just went and talked to the guy and hung out with him for a little while, and it worked really well. Oh, man, it was crazy out there. We had a good time, though. What's up, kitty? Come on over, Eddie. You going to come say hi again? Yeah, what you doing? You glad I'm home? I heard you screaming out there. My God, what's that all about? He just screams. Yeah, it was great prices. I bought 2 ham sticks. I bought a 15-meter ham stick and a 10-meter ham stick. Ham sticks are just a single band antenna that screw into a standard receiver on the back on a magnet or whatever. I've got a triple magnet with the receiver, and these just screw right in. Heath's letting me borrow a bunch of his, and so I'm slowly as I can replacing those out. And the 2 I didn't have from Heath is 10 and 15. So I bought those first, and then next I'm going to buy a 20 and a 40, and then give Heath his back. All right. Yeah, I did pretty good. I also got this. They got these. These are not ham sticks. These are signal sticks, is what they call them. And this screws on to any mobile radio. This one here is the actual end for Baofeng, but they sell it in any of the 3 types of plugs. This is the SMA, and this goes on to any of my portable radios. It goes on to all but I think 2 of them, and this is the best transmitting and receiving antenna I've ever seen, and it's neat. Just look at this. I mean, it's very versatile. It doesn't bend. You have to be a little careful if you're in a cold environment. For some reason, when it gets down below freezing, these start to bend like this, and if you'll accidentally kink it. They don't stay as rigid, which is weird because normally things get more rigid when it gets cold. This actually gets less rigid. It's whatever material it is. But these get really good reception, so I'm looking forward to using it. And by the way, you're wondering, is it red? Yes, it's red. I bought a red one. They come in 16 colors, including white, gray, black, and all your primary and secondary colors. So it's really cool. They even had 2 different, like a pink and a purple. Just some beautiful antennas. I thought it was really cool. They also sold a base that goes on here that has a tiger tail, and the tiger tail is the same color, which I thought was kind of cool. So you could have a red antenna and then a red tiger tail. A tiger tail is when you hook a wire onto your portable radio at the ground, and then you run the wire down as a counterpoise, and it's supposed to give you much better performance on a portable. So when I bought this from the folks, this can go into that receiver, which goes into the radio, and then you've got the tiger tail off of it. A lot of radios, depending on the radio design, see this radio here, this one, the antenna sits kind of down in there. It would be kind of hard to put a tiger tail on this one, but I could probably get it. You just want to get one of those U that goes in there, and then you crimp your wire into it, and you make a tiger tail. How long do you make it? 1/4 wave, I think it is. I think it's 1/4 wave. So for a 2 meter, it would be 1/4, 2 meters would be half a meter. So about 1.5 feet or so. Look it up, measure it. You want it to be, the counterpoise to be measured properly. All right, so there you go. That works. That's my signal stick. The ham sticks I bought, those are the 15 and the 10 ham stick. Anyway, that's it. I didn't buy a whole lot of stuff, guys. I really didn't. The one thing I do want to show you, I don't have. I got to go get it. Hold on. I'll be right back. And I also needed a new pair of jumper cables, so I found a guy selling jumper cables for $5. Check this out. Looks like a reflector off the side of a truck or something. Little reflector. Tell me that's not cool. I thought this was the coolest thing. $23. He was selling these for 23. I bet I could get them for 20 on Amazon. I didn't care. I wanted one. Same guy I bought this LED light from and a couple of other things sold me this for $23. They come in red and blue. I think you can get them in all colors. And I'm sure you can get these on Amazon now. And they program through Bluetooth. You press the button again and it shows a Bluetooth symbol, and then your phone, you just download the app and it's right there, and you type in what you want it to say, and it literally says it. Isn't that great? USB-C charging, has the magnet or the needle on the back to hook into your shirt. You wear it on your shirt. I wore it right over my name tag on my shirt. I had 6 people from the show recognize me. 6 people out there. I thought that was pretty good. So I like this. It's pretty cool. And I didn't buy anything big. I brought home $200 and ended up paying house taxes with it. So it's probably a good thing. I mean, I didn't, when I take money, I don't take it because I have to spend it. I took money in case I found something that was really worth the money, and I didn't want to pass up a good deal. There was a guy selling a couple of TV station style cameras, the newer, smaller ones, really nice lens packages, batteries included, the whole thing, chargers and adapters and everything. The truth is, it would have taken all my money, and I don't need it. I'm doing pretty good without having those kind of cameras. So I do eventually want to get me a nicer one, but I got a great SLR, and I've got some other good cameras, so I'm getting by right now. Anyway, yep, there you go. That's my thing. I need to just put this in here somewhere so that it's on screen all the time. I don't know. But I like this little thing. Really cool. See, you hit the button again and you get this, and then it will connect to my phone. I hit it again and it goes off. And there we go. All right, so that's what I got. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot of stuff but like I said, I did get 3 big antennas. The other thing I got that I did not tell you is I got a Comet high gain, non-ground plane dependent NMO antenna. And I can't remember the number of the one I got, but it's like a CP 990 or something like that. But this thing it's really tall. It's got 3 different coils on it, and it's got a fairly large size base on the bottom. It's NMO mount, and this thing has 7.7 gain, 7.7 dBA gain on 2 meter on 440, and that's why I bought it, because it has an amazing amount of gain on 440. And sure enough, on the way home, I'm picking up Sarnet that's 40 miles away, so it really does work good. Yep, there you go. I was in Lutz earlier, and I was at Hamcation in Orlando yesterday, and I spent the night last night in Lutz and woke up this morning, and yes, it was a blustery day out there. We had what seemed like 35-mile-an-hour wind gusts out there. It's what we used to call an aluminum alert. It was a very windy day. There's your Portland frog right there. So you guys tell me how many protesters there are. Is there 5 or is there 6? Do you count the YouTubers as protesters? Hell, do you count the counter protesters as protesters? I don't know. This battery, I used it all up, man. I had so much shit plugged into it over the weekend. Charged everything with it. Kept everything charged. Ran it dead. I forgot the big adapter for it to charge it. So I said, well, I can put this on a phone charger, and literally by morning it'll be at 12% or something. And then I got thinking about it. I've got this big ass adapter for my computer, and it's a USB-C. So I plugged it in and plugged it into this, and overnight this got up almost to 80. I was like, that's pretty damn good. This this battery here, it's really good. It's a 100 amp hour battery. It's a 100 amp hour battery. It has 6 USB plugs, 4 big ones, 2 small ones, and it's also got the barrels. You can do barrel in, barrel out, and it's got a light and everything. This will run. This would probably, if you just walked up with 20 dead cell phones, it'd probably charge 18 or 19 of them. Maybe all 20, I don't know. I mean, all the way from 0 to 100. It's amazing. I use it for lighting. I put up stage lighting. I've got big LED panel lighting. I put this out there. I can run 2 or 3 light panels off of it. It'll run for hours. It's pretty cool. Yeah, that's what this is. It's a collinear, and it's getting about 5.5 dB on 2 meter, but it gets 7.7 on the UHF. And the reason I chose this antenna is that, and number 2, it's a non-ground plane dependent antenna, which means you get that gain no matter what. And then, of course, the ground plane, if you got a good ground plane, probably would help. But you don't necessarily need a counterpoise. It's all built into the one antenna. I don't know how it works, but yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If you don't count the YouTubers and you don't count... Oh, is that the wedding singer? Oh, shit. Let's see. See, the moment I turn it on, that's all they say. They're just brainless automatons. And that's all you hear is these dopes out there. F-Ice, F-Ice. This guy's a washed-up wedding singer, by the way. He comes out and sets up his instruments, but he doesn't actually sing anything. He's a washed-up wedding singer. See, they're chanting F-Ice, F. Let me tell you something. That's how stupid these assholes are. If you want the media to put you on TV, don't cuss. I don't know how much simpler can I make it. Okay? If you don't want to be on TV and they shove a camera in your face, you start using the F word and you'll never make it on TV more than likely. For some reason, they don't do a lot of beeping. Hey, Sean, what's up, man? Um, and so yeah, if you want the media to carry your protest, you can't, because they're not going to show the crowd. You know why? Because all the signs have the F word on them. I want you to think about this. They're getting no coverage at all. Even local coverage in Minneapolis is not what you would think it would be. Why is that? Well, it's partially because they're not giving them anything to take pictures of. Because if they're always yelling F ice and all their signs say F ice, that can't go on TV, audio nor video. So what, if it bleeds, it leads. Let me tell you something. When you're in TV news, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the story is. It matters what the visuals look like. That's the number one thing. And then how many lives are affected, that's number two. And then eventually it gets down to the severity of the incident. But mainly, if they'll cover some minor bullshit because they got some great video of it. And they'll lead the newscast with shit that's not even that good of a story. We have no resolution. We have no new news or nothing on it. And they'll lead with it just because they've got a good piece of video. And this big scene over here, we don't have any good video, so it will go second. Literally, the video decides on TV news what goes first, what goes second, what goes third. And if they have no visuals because all the signs say F ice, and they have no audio because all the natural sound is full of cussing, guess what? No TV time. No lo TVO. And now we got music. So there we go. They're not going to get on TV if all they do is play music and go F ice. And YouTubers are not going to cover them as much because they get demonetized because of all the music. And if you get enough F's on your show, or you talk about, GUNS, or you talk about SEX a bunch on here, you get demonetized. That's the way it works. And so I do it. I've been demonetized 7 times in the last month and a half. It sucks, it does. But I take some risks here, and if I get demonetized, I get demonetized. It doesn't matter. We still get a good show. I keep the subs, I keep the supers, and I just lose the ad revenue. It's no big deal. Let's see here. Some of those nights that I rant about GUN control, I get demonetized. I seriously do. And I don't care. It was important, and I chose to do it. We've had some discussions lately, and they took that shit right away. And that's another reason why anytime I'm doing continuous coverage, we reset every 2 or 3 hours. We reset. That way, if they take it, they're not. I was demonetized on 2 different 12-hour videos. And they were videos that one of them had 90,000 views or some shit. It was crazy numbers. 40,000, 50, I don't know what it was. Lots of zeros. And I lost it all. I lost the revenue from it and everything. I still get to keep the video. I get to keep the algorithms. I get to keep the supers. I get to keep all the contacts we made. But I lost all of the ad revenue. Yeah, standard. And everybody keeps telling me about all the YouTube alternatives. The truth is, there is no YouTube alternative. This is where everybody goes to watch TV now. And there is alternatives. Cable's an alternative. Broadcast TV is an alternative. And there's a bunch of online alternatives. But honest to Christ, I don't think anything's as good as YouTube. Not even close. And I get along pretty good with YouTube. I just have to put up with the crap. Yes, I've been told about Rumble. I've even told I could probably make some money over there. And I probably will one day, as soon as I can either get clear with all this other stuff that's going on or get some help. Oh, anyway, let's see, where are we? All right. Do we have any liberals in here tonight? I was kind of hoping we had some liberals. Is there any liberals? Come up in the chat room. We want to help. We want to help because help is just a trip up to the pharmacy away, because this segment of the show, sponsored by Trump and all, the #1 medication now clinically approved for the treatment of Trump derangement syndrome, Trumpanol, an amazing medicine that will actually change your life, make you love yourself a little better, and make you feel better about your country. Trumpanol, an amazing medicine. Try it today. And if for some reason the Trumpanol doesn't work, no worries, because we have MAGA Strength Trumpanol with the power you need to flush all that ignorant bullshit out of your system and actually start seeing reality for the first time out there. Trumpanol, MAGA Strength Trumpanol. And here's the problem, MAGA Strength Trumpanol, if you start taking this shit all the time, you're going to create a nuclear family. You're going to get off your ass and get a job. You're going to start mowing lawns. You're going to start a business and paying your taxes. It's going to be amazing. You're going to feel good. MAGA Strength Trumpanol, man, this shit works, all right? I'm telling you. And if you can't keep food down, no worries, because it comes in a suppository. That's right, fast-acting Trumpanol suppositories. These great suppositories, you ram them right up your ass, and next thing you know, you'll be waving a flag. It's an amazing thing. These are really fast-acting suppositories. You put them right up the old pooper, and they work really good. And if you miss when you're putting them in, try our new Butthurt Cream from the makers of Trumpanol. Butthurt Cream works anytime your butthole hurts, whether it's from a lost election or maybe you missed with the suppository. It doesn't matter. You can fix it right up with Trumpanol Butthurt Cream. And have you ever wondered about why these liberals see such crazy things out there? It's because their eyes are messed up. They're totally messed up. They see the world in like skewed colors and weird things like socialism's good and gay people need to support Hamas. They really come up with some crazy stuff, don't they? It's because they don't see well. And so from the makers of Trumpanol, we now have Trump Drops. That's right, Trump Drops. Trump Drops, when you just can't believe your eyes, try Trump Drops. They're absolutely amazing. The use of this product, though, warning, the use of this product will actually make you see clearly for the very first time in your life. And some of these sites might be a little scary. So be careful with the Trump Drops if you're a big-ass lib, because they will make you see shit in a whole different way. That's right. And what are we talking about here? I mean, think about it. If it's just their eyes, it's not just their eyes, it's their ears. So the makers of Trumpanol have come out with MAGA ears. That's right, MAGA ears goes right in the ear, just a few drops in each ear twice a day. That's all it takes. And next thing you know, you'll hear the truth for the very first time. You'll actually, when you hear CNN, you'll hear it as the bullshit that it really is. This stuff is really good. Warning though, use of this product may cause you to hear a really scary, scary thing, and that's reality. And if you're not used to reality, it can take a little getting used to, okay? It's kind of a scary thing out there. And are you having trouble sleeping? Yeah, I know. I get it. Trump PM, I don't even need to explain this one. This stuff works great. You take 2 of these, you go to bed, boom. You get up at 3 in the morning to take a piss, you're going to piss red, white, and blue. This is going to make you feel good about your country again. You're going to want red, white, and blue bed sheets before it's over with. This is going to make you feel so good in the morning. You're going to wake up and you're going to say, you know what? I'm going to be a different person today. I'm going to wake up and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to be a useful, productive part of society. All because you took the little purple pill, Trump PM, from the makers of Trumpanol. Yes, that is some really good crap right there. And what happens if we lose another election out there, Democrats? I mean, what are you going to do, right? Or what if you've been walking back and forth in front of that ice building so much that you're chafing all down in there? What's going to happen? What are we going to do? And what if you've been running from all the bad things that Bad Orange Man has done to you? Well, no problem, because we now have the new fast-acting overreaction ointment from Trumpanol. That's the Trumpanol overreaction ointment. This stuff works really, really good. It ends up soothing any rashes that you might get from, useless protesting or losing elections, or maybe even running from the big bad orange man. This will clear up any rashes that you've got right now. So, try this stuff. It's really not so bad. That's Trumpinol, overreaction ointment. And what if it's your butthole? I mean, sometimes it's the butthole, and when Bad Orange Man and you can't stand it no more, and you're just, it's just coming out, and it hurts, and you don't know what to do, it's no problem, because we now have Preparation Orange. Preparation Orange from the makers of Trumpinol. This is some really good stuff here. Okay, you apply this liberally to your bunghole, and next thing you know, you're going to make it great again. That's right. It's going to be awesome. You're going to love it. I'm telling you, Preparation Orange, it's absolutely amazing. And what if, this is another thing, women, come on, that time of month, it must be really hard to deal with all the pressures of Big Orange Man and the world coming to an end and the end of green energy and all the protesting and ICE and all your illegal and terrible friends being deported to other countries. It's a rough time. And that time of month, I can understand. Man, come on, you know what I'm saying? It's bad. But don't worry, because from the makers of Trumpinol, we now have Magamidol. And you know what was really cool about Magamidol is it says right on here, it says, makes America great again by making your uterus shut up for a few hours. So there you go, Magamidol, really good stuff there. I suggest this one for you. Just at least try it. You can use this in conjunction with all of the other products. And of course, men, we're not leaving you out with your broken dicks. Men, this is this is the Maga. This is for you guys. This is for you when your pud doesn't work. This thing right here, you take one of these little blue pills, or maybe two if it's really broke, and next thing you know, it's going to be huge. I'm telling you, it's going to be great. Yeah, from the makers of Trumpinol. It's Maga. Really, show that chick who's commander-in-chief. You know what I mean? That's right. That's some really good stuff out there. And it even says on the side of the box, she wouldn't be such a bitch at these protests if you'd throw her some every now and then. And so there you go. This is it. Could make you suddenly patriotic, love America again, and hell, it'll probably make you go all night. This is Maga. It's going to be huge by the makers of Trumpinol. Buy some today. And all our entire line of products is available at Walgreens, CVS, Radio Shack, and at all Buc-ee's and Chuck E. Cheese locations. So buy it today. By the way, no prescription needed. Screw that shit. Raise the flagpole. That's good. I like that. May cause you to raise your flagpole, if you know what I mean. I'll have to add that to my little routine. That's pretty good. I try to add a little something to that every time I do it, and I only do it every other night, so I'm trying not to bore you guys with it too much. But I think it's funny. Anyway, so that's that. Oh, what else did we have here? Obama in an interview, this is interesting, guys. Obama, we were talking about him earlier. Let's talk about him again. Former President Barack Obama, this from Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie. From former President Barack Obama has starred national intrigue. He stirred, national, and don't read much, stirred national intrigue surrounding extraterrestrial life, boldly stating, little play on words there, boldly stating in a recent podcast that aliens are indeed real, even though he's never actually seen one. During the wide-ranging interview with podcaster Brian Tyler Cohen, released Saturday, February 14th, Obama didn't shy away from the cosmic question when asked if extraterrestrials. He simply replied, "Yeah, they're real, but I haven't seen them myself." In previous interviews, he's confirmed there were indeed cases of anomalous aerial phenomenon when he was president. As to the decades-old conspiracy theories, Obama denied that Area 51 harbors alien secrets. Yeah, because that's what they're supposed to do. He don't want to lose that security clearance, a prick. They're not being kept at Area 51. No, they're being kept at Area 53. I mean, they're always 2 steps ahead of us. There's no underground facility unless there's this enormous conspiracy and they hid it from the... Well, we all watched Independence Day. We know they hid it from the president. He quipped, leaving us to ponder the deeper mystery. What's your take on these presidential emissions? Share your thoughts. Oh, here you go. I personally think, I personally obviously believe that it's happening. I believe that Barack Obama knows for a fact it's happening, just like every other president. Yeah. No, I have not listened to that one, Paul Harvey. No. Hey. Oh, Wicked Wand. I always get your name wrong. I'm sorry. But hey, welcome in. And also, SOCOM, welcome in. I'm trying to see One Space Ghost. Welcome in. Thank you all for being here. The Lone Silencer. Hello. Welcome in. Drew Bag. Welcome in. Lots of people coming in. Thank you, everybody. Standard, thank you for being here again tonight. And you guys are all great for being here. I appreciate it. All right, let's see what else we got going on. That's on Coast to Coast. Tonight on the show, let me see if it tells me what's tonight on the show. Shouldn't it tell me? Here we go. Tonight on the show, guest host Ryan Recker will speak with paranormal investigator Tobias Whalen about all things strange, including Mothman, UFOs, ghosts, and cryptids. He'll give us his reasoning of how and why people seem to routinely experience unusual phenomenons that defy simple explanations. Then in the second half of the show, the guest host will have on author Carter Bushart, a Sasquatch and cryptid researcher. He's going to discuss his past life regression and reveal the series of alien abductions. He'll relate an alleged event where he and a friend were taken aboard a spacecraft while riding their bikes in Dallas, Texas as a child. This might be pretty cool. Guys, I got into radio because of Coast to Coast and Art Bell, and I love Art Bell, God rest his soul. And I love George Norrie as well, and this is a great show. So if you guys, tonight at 1 o'clock Eastern, that show will be on. It's Coast to Coast. It's a 4-hour radio show. It's on 600 or something channels worldwide, including my channel, 92.5 Fox News here in Southwest Florida. You can also listen live on the air, on the internet, by typing in TuneIn 92.5 Fox News. Just type in TuneIn 92.5 and then Fox News. Mine will be the first channel that comes up. You can literally listen to Coast there every night. And so there you go. I love Coast to Coast. And so I try to remember it towards the end of the show each night to come on and let you guys know what's going to be happening on Coast to Coast. I want to mention tonight that our music is put together by myself using services like Suno and Grok. If you've never used Suno or Grok, you might try those to do different things. Grok makes my lyrics, and it works with me on genre types and things like that. And then I put that into Suno, and I make all the music that you hear here on the show. Wow. Guys, if you come back later and go pull up the shots tonight after dark of Kilauea, it's going to be amazing. I'm telling you, they're about 2 hours from dark there. And it's going to be an amazing sight tonight when that geyser. We literally have multiple geysers coming up. So this is a moderate eruption going on. This is not a big, huge, killing people type event. This is just simply the way it is. But you can see quite the lava flow starting to come out there. But this is down in the caldera, so I don't think it poses any direct threat as of right now. Yeah, look, yeah, east of the Rockies, you're on the air. Yeah, I used to love that. They give a number for east of the Rockies, a phone number for west of the Rockies, and a phone number for the wild card line. And yeah, I love their bumper music. I love their bumper music on there. I love Midnight in the Desert and Year of the Cat and all those crazy songs they play on there. I just love them. I worked midnight shift. When I retired from the fire service, I just wanted to get out of life for a while, and I did night security work. And I made fairly good money because I had an armed guards license, and I made pretty good money. Being a former cop, retired firefighter, it was really easy to get work almost instantaneous. And I drove around at night in a security car, or I worked posts where I walked at night, and everything I did was based on the schedule of that show. Many of my jobs I would walk for 10 or 15 minutes, and then I would sit for 10 or 15 minutes. Well, that's how the show works. It's all preloaded. At about 10 minutes after the hour, the show comes in for a 19-minute talk segment. It works out perfect when you're working as a guard or doing night work, because you can actually schedule your shifts and the things you have to do. You can actually, listen to it and schedule it out. It works really good. Oh, well, thank you very much for the super. Thank you very much. Awkward Wand. I think I said that right. Awkward Wand. All right. Well, yeah, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As you guys know, anything I make here, I roll back in right now because I'm still working my job. I pay all my bills with my own money. And so anything I make here, at this point, I have never taken a penny from this station, because I work in commercial radio. I make okay money there. And I also have several private clients that I do radio shows for. I also have side work. So when you guys send me money or when I make money here, it all gets rolled back into this. That's what I do with it. So thank you very much. Let's see here. Yeah, I miss Art, but I do like George. But George sounds like he's getting really tired. I don't know how much longer he's going to do it. Yeah, thank you, thank you. All right, so let's see what we got here. I told you guys there's a chance of aurora. We got we're hitting a co-rotating region in space right now. It's just where faster and slower protons are right near each other, whatever. It is what it is. Okay, another thing I want to mention, guys. Oh my God. I hate to do it to you guys. And if you guys get tired of it, I want you guys to know something. I'm going to be coming out with a survey in literally the next few days. Okay, I've already started it, and I'm going to be coming out with a survey, and all this survey is going to do is it's going to ask you guys a whole bunch of questions, real easy stuff. Pull down menus, radio buttons. It's going to be easy, and it's going to be through Google Surveys. You go in, boom, you take the survey. It's no big deal, and it's going to ask you questions like, which of the following topics do you like to hear about? And then it's going to list weather chasers, storm chasers, space weather, Star Trek. I mean, I'm going to list all the stuff I talk about. And I want to see what percentage you guys want. If most people say they don't want to hear about something, I'll curve that back. We'll only talk about that when it's a big deal. If everybody says this, then I'm going to do this every night. I think we should spend a few minutes on it every night. So I want to get a little bit better of a gauge on that. And I'm going to have some other things like, I want to know, does it bother you when you see all that cat ass in my show all night long? There's cat ass after cat ass parading by in front of the camera. Are you okay with that? Are you okay with that? That the whole world sees your ass? Are you okay with that? You don't even care, do you? She don't care. She just doesn't care. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to... I want to find out more about what you guys want to do, because I'm moving the channel into a new phase. Okay, we're going to go into a growth spurt here in just a minute. We're going to try to get things going a little bit more. Everybody keeps telling me you got to do merch, and I've been putting it off. I'm working with 2 companies right now. I'm getting ready to start merch, so it's going to be soon. I think it's going to be cool. I'm hoping to come up with some really neat things that that hopefully will be fun, that people will think is fun. It's kind of hard to find, you know, what kind of product do I want to put out? You know what I mean? So let me pull this up here and figure out, where did it come up? Oh, there it is. Okay, here. This is something I've been working on. These are just like some ideas that I came up with, but there's gonna be cups like this, you know, and I like that. I got several different designs I'm working on here. Never Miss an Adventure. I kind of like that one. But then I'll probably, on the other side, I'll have something else. I don't know what yet exactly. You know, it could be something like one of our products like this. So, I mean, you never know what we're going to do, but we could do something like that. So I'm looking at some different ideas. I'm literally working on ideas on products that we can use for this, and I think it'll be really cool. But I'll let you know as we get into it. It's not just going to be coffee mugs. I'm looking at some serious stuff with just our logo, like mouse pads and stuff. I'm trying to get the best price I can, and then I'm going to put a very small markup on it. So it's going to be mostly just because I want you guys to have stuff more than because I'm trying to gouge for money. Well, I've been thinking, believe it or not, I've been thinking about taking pictures of the cats and putting them on a mug. And having the cats all in the mug with their names and stuff or something. I don't know. I'm working on it. Yeah, I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna do like the whole lineup of Trump and all. I think I'm gonna do the whole lineup. Like, I don't know, different things, and they'll have different funny sayings, you know. So I don't know. It'll be fun. Like I said, I'm putting a lot of thought into it. It's gonna be great. And some of the questions I'm gonna ask in this survey are gonna be, what products would you want to see? And there'll be radio buttons so you can choose all the or check boxes so you can choose all the ones you want. And then there'll be a spot where you can type in other stuff that I forgot, that you want to see. Yeah, I think that would be funny. So we're going to do that. And so I just wanted to let you guys know merch is coming. Merch is coming. Then in about 6 months, I plan to do memberships. I'm going to do memberships, but I won't do them until I have the value there. Even though I'm only going to charge like $4 a month, I want to make sure that you are getting more than $4 worth of something back. We're going to do Zoom meetings every month so that we can all sit and talk to each other in a virtual room. And we're also going to do a couple of videos a month that are just going to be members only, and there's going to be API access to different AI apps and stuff like that. And I'm working on some other perks too. I'm looking at possibly a periodic newsletter too that would just go out to members, where we would discuss where we're at and what we're doing, stuff like that. I don't know. There's a lot of different things we can do, and so I got to get the merch store going first. And then we're going to go from there. We'll get it going from there. All right, the last thing I want to talk about. Yes, I have to do it. I'm sorry. But I have to talk about Kurtzman Trek. This douche. He's ruined Star Trek. He's feminized Star Trek. Anyway, yeah, the latest episode dropped, and there's a fairly explicit sex scene in it, and I'm gonna surprise you. Are you ready? They show a sex scene, and I mean it's complete with side boob and all, and they show a nice sex scene, and guess what? Guess what? You're not gonna believe this. Brace yourself. Brace yourself. It was heterosexual. Yes, it was heterosexual. It was a man and a woman. which, okay, that was encouraging. I mean, I wouldn't mind if you showed two guys doing it, as long as most of the time you show straight people doing it, because that's kind of how society works. Anyway, there's Kurtzman truck. There's Captain Shit in the Mouth. She's always today on the episode. She kind of sounds like Jim Carrey doing the Grinch. Oh no, a shitty Lou here. And she kind of sounds like that. She's always yeah, and oh my God, I'm telling you guys something. It's just so bad. They go to a part of space where a ship is sitting in space. It's sitting dead in space in a debris field. Okay? Which means those rocks would be smashing into that ship all the time, eroding what's left of the uranium hull. And so, how long do you think a ship can survive inside a moving asteroid field? Anyway, long story short, it's sitting there, and it's just sitting there. And they go there, and they're like, okay, here's what we're going to do. The whole Starfleet thing flew there, like the ship, whatever that ship's called, Vagina, I think it is. It flies there, and they get to the thing, and I just like, what are they doing? This ship's sitting on it. Oh, this ship has a quantum drive. A quantum drive is a kind of warp drive that they were working on after the burn. But the reason it didn't go well is because, look, it kind of blew the ship up or whatever. Well, the ship was intact, but, And so the whole thing doesn't make sense, really. And so then they go, well, what we're going to do is we're going to send the cadets down. And, of course, it's all the stars, all the ones that we really care about that go. There's 50 cadets, but it's always the same 6. It's kind of a microcosmic way of storytelling. Anyway, the point is they send down the cadets. Look, this is a spoiler if you guys want to watch it. I doubt anybody does. I watched it, so you don't have to. They send them down there, and as soon as they beam down there, they find out the cannibal, half-human, cannibal, hybrid, horrible things are down there, and they're going to eat all the crew, and it's going to be really bad, and this goes on. The inside of this ship looks like they literally got a 2-for-1 deal on tinfoil. The walls look like tinfoil. It's cheaply done. And it's what they spent. They're spending $1 million an episode or some shit, or $10 million an episode. I forget, some ludicrous speed amount of money, okay, on this horse shit right here. They're spending all that money on this horse shit, and guess what? The ship looked cheap. It looked horrible. I like the Orville. Seth MacFarlane put a lot of quality and a lot of thought into it. And you know what? The Orville was, it was, everybody thought it was a spoof of Star Trek. It's not. It's just more Star Trek. It's just take Federation and replace it with Union, and stuff. It's just another ship, another Star Trek. And it's funny, he put some more humor in it. I love the humor. I love Seth MacFarlane's humor. And I like the Orville. Look, I like Galaxy Quest. When my Trekkie friends ask me about Galaxy Quest, I piss them off by saying, "Oh, that's my 7th favorite Star Trek movie." You want to piss a Trekkie off, that'll do it. Okay, so I saw a shirt I want that I didn't buy, but I'm gonna buy it. It says, "Star Wars reads better in the original Klingon." I saw the parody with Carol Burnett as Kirk. They were doing it. It's like they all got turned into women. It was hilarious. Yeah, that was a good one. There has been so many parodies of Star Trek over the years. It's crazy. But see, Galaxy Quest was another one. It was supposed to be a complete joke parody of Star Trek, and the Star Trek fans loved it because it respected Star Trek. It wasn't It wasn't talking down to Star Trek. It was making funny Star Trek. And the fans were fine with that. But this Kurtzman Trek, this isn't funny. It doesn't make any sense at all. It's set so far in the future. I can't believe any of this shit would be the same. I don't know. I don't believe in any of it. I think Alex Kurtzman has ruined Star Trek. My prediction, and I actually believe this, I'm not just saying this out of wishful thinking. My prediction is they're going to fire him. This is bad. Everything he's made has turned to shit. The only two things he made in this whole run that was worth a shit was 6 or 7 of the first 10 episodes of Strange New Worlds, 6 episodes of the second 10, and none of the third season. None of it is garbage, the whole third season. And that episode where they're dancing around, yeah, he should be euthanized for that shit. There was a Stargate reference in Galaxy Quest. I hate to admit it, but I don't know if I know which one you're talking about. Of course, Shatner will always be the man. Captain Kirk will always be that guy. He did it first. I mean, look, he beat a Gorn with nothing but the rare materials you would find on a barren planet. Or Vasquez rocks, whatever you want to call it. I love the Orville. But yeah, so anyway, back to Kurtzman Trek. The reason I made these pictures, the reason that the Klingons are all wearing multicolored dresses and they're all carrying around big candy canes and fighting with them, they have made this whole show candy ass. The whole show is a bunch of shit, feminine, candy ass, gay ass bullshit. This whole show. And the bridge looks like Denny's. Did I mention that? The bridge looks like Denny's Diner, okay? My God, it looks like Denny's Diner. That's why I did all the ones with the food on the bridge. It's like, look, if your bridge looks like a diner, maybe you should serve burgers. And here she is with a shit in her mouth again. Under capture log on the USS Virginia. Yeah, he beat Khan. I mean, come on. He beat him down with that thing he took out of the control panel that disappeared in the very next episode. Oh. I always thought that was cool when Khan grabbed that phaser and he crumpled it. I'm like, don't you think that bastard would have exploded in his hand or something? I mean... Oh, Mama Kitty climbing the ladder. Well, that's cool. So apparently in Galaxy Quest, okay, yeah, I remember that. It also says here that no, that's not it though. It says there's a number of little jewels in that movie for a bunch of different ones. But that's cool. I love spoofs, and I love when they put in as many different references as they can. Did I mention the bridge looks like a Denny's diner? Did I mention that? I don't remember if I mentioned that or not. The bridge looks like, look, they're all eating back there. Tip your waiters, and maybe next time the captain's chair will be available and you can eat there. Oh no, wait, she's up there with no shoes on, sitting like a cat in the captain's chair. She curls up like a cat. There she is, Miss Shit in the Mouth. I know, I'm so mad at what's happened to Star Trek. You guys have no idea how mad I am at what's happened to Star Trek. It's just like ruined, you bastards. And I don't care. I want to qualify something. Gay stuff doesn't bother me. I'm not a homophobe at all. I don't care. One of my best friends growing up was gay as hell. I don't care. Do it. Do who you do. Don't do it. Don't get any on me. I'll like. But why does it have to become a part of everything? Why is it going to be shoved down my throat? How can you have a crew of 400 and 312 of them are gay? How can you have that? Why polyamorous queer Klingons? What are we doing? Whoo. Yep. Look at that geyser going, guys. It's getting dark there. Mama, kitty, what? What's wrong, Mama? I'm gonna pet you in just a minute, Mom Kitty. I want to get done with the show here. Just a few more minutes. She's being so patient. I want you guys to see this. Hold on, I'm pulling it up now. Look at that. And there goes Fuego. Yes, yes. Is it Lantrosa? Lantrosa? Look, you're absolutely correct. Let them create the... Look, let them make... I don't even care if you make Star Trek gay. That's fine. But keep making my Star Trek. Don't make it all Star Trek gay. I'm willing to share. I mean, I think I'm being as amiable as I can be. I just don't want the whole show to be feminized to shit and back. The men are all stupid. The women are all smart. The men are all weak. The women are all strong. The men are all betas. The women are all alphas. It's ridiculous. Okay, I'm pulling that up. Let me see what that looks like. Mama, what are you doing? Crazy girlfriend? Okay, yeah, I am familiar with this guy. I know who you're talking about. Yep. All right, so is he live right now? Is that what we're getting at? Yeah, there he is. Mama, I know you want me to pet you. Please just give me a minute. Okay? I seriously need a minute. I can't believe how much cat I got in here right now. All right, just give me a minute. Mom, Katie. Mom. All right. This chick is nuts. I mean, I've had demanding women before, but this is nuts. All right, that's Thomas Allen. Thomas Allen. Let me see. Let me see if we can pull up what he's saying. Let me see here. He's on feed 4.
And you try to physically stop them from arresting that person, you will fucking go to jail for interfering. 100% of the time. 100% of the time you will go to jail. Why is it different with federal agents?
I would say because federal agents right now have less training.
No, don't.
They do not have less training. They have more
They
training.
have more training.
They have the same or more. That's a lie that they have less training.
That's fine. They still have the same rights as police officers. They're federal agents. They're above the police. They know what they're doing. If they weren't getting harassed by these radical leftists while they're trying to do their jobs, they wouldn't have to arrest random people that are interfering.
What I'm saying is, if these ICE agents had more training and followed the Constitution,
They are following the Constitution. Why is that being jail?
if they had warrants and they were going around and basically saying, hey, we have, a warrant for your arrest.
They don't have warrants like that for illegals. You don't have to show a warrant for an illegal. If they have deportation orders, if they're not here legally, they are allowed to deport them. Do you not understand that? Illegals do not have the same constitutional rights as American citizens.
I'm gonna take this for a few minutes.
It's a fact.
The problem is when ICE agents then use that excuse to go after anybody, people like you excuse anything. That's the real problem.
They're not going after anybody. They're not going after anybody. They're going after criminal aliens. They're going after illegal aliens.
I saw was about 1,400 U.S. citizens have been arrested by ICE. Some of them have been released afterwards, but that's over 1,000 without any warrant.
They
were detained during investigation.
They were detained and they were released, you
and
dumbass.
that's constitutional. That's okay to detain somebody and do an investigation. And that's bullshit. That's all bullshit.
No, the thing is, you
It's
don't
all
think
bullshit.
You just,
I do care. It's all just propaganda bullshit.
what I'm trying to get you to see here is that these are real problems that ICE is doing. Every police agency, no matter how good or bad, is gonna mess up somewhere, right?
You know what would stop that? When ICE is out doing their jobs and looking for illegals, and they stop you and you're an American citizen, instead of arguing with them and fighting with them and giving them problems, just say, hey, yeah, I'm an American citizen. Here's my ID. Here's my social security card. I'm an American citizen. It's that simple, and they'll let you go.
So you want papers, please, to be an American.
If you're an illegal, you gotta go. We need to get all these 20 million illegals out. So if they happen to detain and investigate American citizens by accident or by whatever, that's fine. All they're doing is asking them to prove that they're American citizens. That's worth us being able to get these illegals out of our country. Did you see that in Minnesota, there's leftist radicals stopping cars in neighborhoods, asking them for their IDs? Do you think that's okay? Random people asking American citizens to prove who they are, right? Do you think that's okay?
It's more okay than government agencies.
It's okay for random people to stop you and demand ID, right? That's okay. Rather than people that are trying to keep our
That's
country
the top
safe
left,
and
top
get
center,
illegals
same
out.
interview.
You'd rather show your ID to some random fucking lunatics on the streets, right? Come on now. You guys are so delusional, bro.
Bring up something kind of out of the field houses.
You guys are just, the hypocrisy of the left is astounding, bro.
I agree.
It's astounding.
It's shocking that humans can be that
I can't hear
ignorant.
what you're saying, so it doesn't matter.
I would say, my name is Will. I would say, if things are done according to the law, according to the Constitution, you want to get violence, gang members, etc. Again, I have no problem with that. Do it legally.
That's what they're doing.
My issue as an American citizen is I'm seeing basic human rights and constitutional rights being violated to do all of this bullshit.
You know, none of that would be happening if they weren't out harassing ICE every day doing their job.
He's right.
You know that, right?
The reason there's incidents is because of them.
Getting their rights violated. No.
If they would just cooperate with ICE.
Do their jobs, it wouldn't be happening.
I would just suggest you to say, like, maybe ICE agents aren't the goodies, and undocumented or people like us are the baddies.
No, undocumented are illegal, and they're not. We don't want them here.
Enlarging your worldview.
We don't want them here. We've never wanted illegal aliens in our country. Why is it okay to just let the 20 million illegals that came here under Biden to just stay? Our country's not built for that influx of illegals.
If I was a Republican and I was a nice business owner, I would say cheap labor, they work harder.
So you want them here for slave labor, basically. You want illegals here. But I think, no, I think if people are hiring illegals, they should be prosecuted also.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, if you're hiring illegals and paying them pennies on the dollar, then they should be arrested and investigated, 100%.
So have you wondered why you didn't connect the dots? Is why they're not going after red states, red business owners, red everything?
You want to know why? Because they're cooperating with ICE in red states. They're handing over illegals, so they don't have to send a huge presence to these red states because they don't have these sanctuary cities, sanctuary states.
Okay, guys, we are continuing our coverage here for a little while longer. This is live outside the ICE building in Portland, and I believe that's where we're at here. And we are watching an interview here between Thomas Allen and a liberal, a radical liberal. So let's dip back into that and see if it's still going on here. And we'll stay with this for a little while.
They're doing all this to blue states, which have less undocumented immigrants.
They have more. They're sanctuary states and cities. That means they're more illegals.
Arizona.
Yes, these sanctuary cities are full of illegals because they get free EBT, they get free Medicaid, they get money from the government. You know, they go to jail and they get released back into society. Yes, these blue sanctuary cities are full of illegals. Why do you think they're sanctuary cities? They come here because they know they're safe in these bullshit states.
Being safe is nice. Hey, what would it take for you to actually be against ICE?
Nothing right now. Nope. I don't care how they do it at this point. I just want them all gone. I want every illegal out of my country.
That's what I wanted you to say.
Yeah, I don't care how they do it at this point. Just get them out. I don't care how they treat you guys. Every time you guys harass them and follow them and stalk them and dox them, I hope they start putting their foot down even harder. I hope they start cracking down even fucking harder.
Do you know who the first?
Yeah.
You know the first people Nazis went after?
Oh yeah, here we go. Whoa. We're going after. Oh, we got to get rid of that ideology off the face of the planet too. We got to deport them all to Epstein Island and just leave it there. Yep, take every single radical flag off this fucking planet, put it on Epstein Island, and burn it.
Unfortunately, you're radicalized.
I'm radicalized, but you guys think men can become women, and I'm radicalized. Okay. Oh shit, bro. You guys.
Good
fucking crack me up
point.
with your
Good
logic.
point.
Your guys' logic is straight out of like, fucking, I don't know. elementary school. Elementary school kids have more sense than you guys, I think.
Hey, remind me, does
Are
NASA,
you smarter than a fifth grader? No.
does NASA think climate change is real?
Climate change is fake. Climate change is bullshit. They've been saying climate change for the last 100 years. It's nonsense. Blah. That's like saying the earth is flat, bro.
Exactly.
That's like saying the earth is flat.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
Shit gets hot, shit gets cold, shit stays the same.
unfortunately, science and logic is kind of on left your political.
Science, okay, science, right? Biology, right? Men are men and women are women, right?
Oh, good
Guys
comeback.
can't become girls, girls can't become guys. That's biology, that's science.
I actually don't know how many chromosome
A
alignments.
man cannot magically become a woman, sir. No matter how you try to twist your words and twist it into your fucking little ideology, a man will never become a woman. Somebody that's born with a penis will never become a woman. It's just a fact of life. Biology doesn't work like that. No matter what you cut off, no matter what hormones, testosterone, whatever you take, puberty blockers, whatever, it doesn't make you, you're still, biology is still a man no matter what you do. It's that simple. So you guys are literally science deniers. You guys deny science on a daily basis by trying to say that men can become women.
Why don't you ever say women can become men?
Women can't become men either. That's just implied in the fucking sentence. It's implied. It goes both ways, sir.
Uh,
Just like abortion is murder,
this was
you know, abortion is the ending of a human innocent life. You know, men can't become women, women can't become men, boy dogs can't become girl dogs, you know.
yeah, yeah. Well, I would just again, last thing. At some point, ice might become criticizing. I don't know what that point is for you, but at least have that in your brain. Because for me,
I think they've been doing great. I think they've been doing pretty good.
but for me, like
I
personally,
think they've been doing pretty good.
things that I like or politicians, policies, et cetera, there's a
Vote for David Medina for governor.
there's a point where
Vote for David Medina, right?
there's a point where
Are you going to vote? Are you going to vote for governor? David Medina?
uh, I'd like to.
David Medina, he's based. He
Yeah,
knows that boys are boys and girls are girls. And Christ is king, baby.
I would just like again. There's a point where like I can like Obama or Trump or whoever it is, but if they start doing enough bad things, I go, ooh, I don't want to follow this person.
I think Trump's done a lot more good than bad. I don't
Lying
agree with a
asshole.
few things like sending money out of our country to any other nation right now. But most of the things that he's doing, I absolutely agree with. I don't have to agree with everything somebody does to still support him.
Why not?
You know,
But I'm saying there can be a threshold. The thing I see in politics a lot that's kind of problematic is figures like Trump. You guys kind of just say anything bad or anything. It's like, yeah, but the greater good. You know, it's like he's he's
no. If he does something bad, I'll call him out on it. But he's pretty based. He's pretty based. What's one thing you disagree with that he's doing?
I would say
What makes you guys think he's a fascist?
I would say his first administration, I think it was the first day, he had something called alternative facts. He had his press secretary say, these aren't, we don't have the facts, but we have alternative facts. I would say from that point on, pretty fucking bad as a president.
Alternative facts. What was the context he was saying that?
It was that he had bigger crowd sizes than Obama.
He definitely did. He definitely did.
Yeah. I would say that
Obama was.
probably
Oh
be
man,
the-
you know? Did you know? Did you know that they say that Obama's wife's name is actually Michael?
Who says that?
Everybody says that he's actually a boy, bro. I don't know how true it is. I'm not saying that,
Kind of
but
obsessed with sex.
people have been saying that about him. I mean, her.
You're kind of obsessed with it. I would say focus more on like what happens in that building in Tacoma. All the,
Yeah, I am. I focus on a lot of things. I can focus on more than one thing at once. I was just asking if you've heard that before. Have you heard people say that before?
I don't follow that shit.
No.
I don't follow Breitbart.
What do you think about the meme that Trump dropped of the George of the Jungle or the them as monkeys and the whole safari thing.
Pretty racist.
It was pretty funny though, right? It was pretty funny. I don't think it was racist. I just think it was pretty funny. It was pretty based, actually.
So you're
Did you see the whole thing?
against black.
Did you see the whole thing? No, no. When did I say that? I just said it's not racist. It's just a meme. You guys take everything as racist. If you don't agree with it, it's racist, right? It's not racist.
Racist, I'm not.
Why is it racist?
I think you know what.
No, I really don't. It was a safari theme.
I can tell you're
It was a safari theme. Georgia the Jungle theme. Like, I don't, it was kind of funny.
swinging around somehow.
Yeah, they were swinging around. That's what monkeys do, swing. So I think they were swinging in it.
Huh.
Oh, shit. So why are you out
I figure we'll carry this for a few minutes. I'm getting my dinner and stuff ready here. I haven't ate but once today, and today's almost over.
A few weeks ago, where was a DHS agent shot two people in a car in Portland.
Oh, the gang members, the Trinidad and Rockaway gang members that were already involved in the shooting.
Alleged, yeah.
Yeah, not alleged. The police chief actually said that they were gang
Believe
members.
anything, I know.
The police chief was crying because he had to admit it, right? They were literally Trinidad and Rockaway gang members with gang tattoos and everything.
Well,
Like, you guys just deny reality.
if it was the case, regardless, that's why I was there. I kind of wanted to see how the feds kind of investigated that.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, if you try to run over agents, that's what's going to happen is guns are going to be fired. You know, a car is a deadly weapon. A car is considered a deadly weapon, especially if you're running it at a cop.
Yeah, that leads a lot to like anything that's a little bit inconvenient, a little rough.
A little life
Just
threatening,
kills them.
you know, just a little life threatening, right? Let's just wait for it to happen before we react, right? No, that's not how police are trained. They're trained to react before they get hurt, you know? And that's how it should be.
Well, they're taught something that ICE agents are, and that's de-escalation. Which is
You don't
important.
think ICE has de-escalated a shit ton of these situations?
No.
You don't think ICE attacks on ICE have gone up by over 5,000% since Trump took office and started enforcing our border laws?
Which ICE
Attacks on DHS and ICE agents have gone up like 5,000%.
Which ICE agents have died.
Wasn't there just an ICE agent who was shot in New York at a park? Just ran up and shot and killed him?
Oh, this is news to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
They tried to shoot ICE agents and ended up shooting the illegals that were detained there. You know, like the violence on ICE agents and their families has ramped up 1000% because of radicals like this that think that it's okay to go after ICE agents and their families and dox
Do you
them.
think these people dancing and
Do
being
you not realize these people 2 weekends ago attacked me? 10 of them attacked me and gave me a concussion and jumped me and hit me with rocks because I was exercising my First Amendment rights? Do you not realize these people have attacked me multiples of times? I had to quit my job because of these people. I have to move because these people doxed my house, threatening my wife, my dog, my family. Do you not realize that? These people are violent. They pretend like they're not, but any chance they get in a large group, they will attack anybody that disagrees with them.
but why are you smiling when you say this stuff?
I'm smiling.
You were just now smiling, yeah.
Yeah, because they're radical fucking pieces of shit is what they are, right? And they think they're gonna scare me off by attacking me and trying to harm me and trying to kill me, right? But it just makes me want to be out here even more, exposing their violence.
If that were true,
It is true. It's not if.
well, I don't know.
It's not if.
I would say you have your right to film and do borderline Nazi shit, but that's your
That word don't mean shit. If I want my border laws enforced and it makes me a Nazi, then call me whatever you want.
They always go to Nazi. Nazi, fascist, literally Hitler.
Hypothetical words that don't mean nothing coming from leftists anymore because you use them so much. So you can call me what you want. Enforcing our border laws and getting illegals out of our country is not racist. It's not Nazis. Every country has border laws for a reason. Even heaven has a border wall. Even heaven has border walls. That's what a country. If you don't have border walls and border laws, then you don't have a fucking country. It's that simple.
I guess that's what you think.
Huh?
I guess that's what you think.
That's a fact. It's a fact. You can't have a nation without borders. You can't just allow anybody and everybody to come into the country that you don't know who they are. They're coming in here in mass numbers. We don't know who they are. They don't love this country. They don't respect this country. They don't respect our rule of laws. They come here, they kill American citizens. They sell them drugs. They bring in drugs from other countries. We don't want that shit here. We want them out of our country. We want our country safe again. We want our tax dollars going to American citizens, to veterans that need it more than these fucking illegals that are here that shouldn't be here in the first place.
Are you okay with immigrants moving to America the correct way and doing?
Legal immigrants are great, but I honestly think right now we should close our borders completely to everybody until our country is back on track.
Oh wow.
Yep, everybody, close the border to everybody until our country is back on track. Thanks. Yeah, our country is falling apart right now because of our borders being open the whole time Biden was president. We don't need any more influx. We need outflux, outflux, outflux until our country is back on track. And we're not spending billions of dollars a year on illegal programs.
Just Google 2025 Paris, 2025 London, and you'll see why.
Yeah, we're not going to turn into Germany or London or Paris or any of that shit. It's taken over by illegals. It's taken over by migrants, and they're attacking the native people that live there. They're changing their country into something it's not.
And I'm assuming you wouldn't accept the facts or the data that would suggest immigrants are better for countries.
Illegal immigrants are better for countries. Show me the facts on that. Show me the facts that illegal immigrants coming into our country is a benefit to America.
They put more into our social.
No, they don't. They take more from our country than they ever put in. 100%. They send it to their families in other countries. They don't pay taxes. They work under the table and they send American money out of the country. That's taking money from us. Yeah, but they take up more taxes every year than any illegal puts into this country. And that's easily verifiable.
And what's the percentage there?
You know, each illegal takes up almost $100,000 a year in this country, right? You realize that, right?
Wow,
That's a lot of fucking money. That's more money than I make in a year.
where did you learn that fact? That's incredible.
Yeah, it's called Google, right?
I would look that one up. But
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
how does that money where does how
Medical, schooling, EBT. They use emergency rooms as doctor's offices. Like it comes from all kinds of illegal programs, illegal alien programs.
So why is our country still the greatest economical machine on the planet?
Because capitalism, baby. Because we are the best nation in the world. But these illegals, where our country
Another
is not
great
built
answer.
for an influx of 20 million illegals. That's why our economy went to shit under Biden, because he let so many illegals into our country.
How many people are in the U.S.?
Too many.
How many?
Too many. I don't know.
It's over 300 million, right?
Yeah, something like that.
So 20 million is nothing.
It's 20 million is too many illegals that we don't know who they are and what they stand for, and they definitely don't respect our country. So yes, that is way too fucking many, and that's a low estimate. That's way too fucking many. Fuck, 5 million is too many.
That would be too
5 million. Fuck, 5 is too many. We need all of them out. We don't want illegals here. If you want to come into this country, do it the legal way. Go through the process. Don't jump in the line, jump in front of the line and shit on every legal immigrant that took years to come here the proper way. That's so disrespectful. That's so not okay.
Why are your ICE agents arresting people at courthouses trying to do the legal method?
Well, because their shit's been revoked. So if it's been revoked, they're here illegally.
They're trying to go through the process.
Trying, you should have did it a long time ago. You're illegal, you got to go. I agree with it. I agree with it. Get them all out any way they can.
This is a good example of why
Yeah.
you actually don't care.
I do care. I do care. Yeah. I care about America first. America only. Americans.
Booyah!
I care about Lake and Riley. And I care about the hundreds of people that have been killed by illegal aliens in this country. That's who I care about. I care about Americans because I'm America first. You like my hat? You see my hat? America first, America only. 100%.
Makes you sad.
No, it makes me American. It makes me proud of who I am. That's a fact. Yeah. I'm proud of everything that I stand for. My family's proud of what I'm standing for. My country's proud of what I'm standing for.
You're in the minority.
No, you're fucking You think so? You think we're the minority? You think you think we're the minority? That's what's funny. That's what's funny as fuck. You think we're the minority, but you guys don't have jobs and you guys don't have lives, so you guys can be out here at these protests 24/7. But you guys are the minority. That's a fact. Trust that. Trust that, bro.
What do you do?
I expose you fucking leftists is what I do. Yeah.
Well, after this, I'm gonna go home and then
Yeah, I'm gonna go home too. Yeah.
tomorrow,
Oh, sure.
like in America.
Yeah, sure.
Are you just filming people to provoke them?
Bro, you've been standing here talking to me this whole time, and I've been filming. What are you talking about?
You're just here to provoke.
Oh, damn.
I would say spend
I'm an American nationalist. I'm an American Christian nationalist.
spend this time and energy.
American Christian nationalist. I can tell you the same thing. Spend this time and energy with your family if you have that.
I'll tell you what. Here, I'm gonna give a nice thing. Give me something that I can read, and I want you to read something. Okay. What should I read from you? An article, Bill of Rights. What do you want?
Read the Constitution.
Okay. I want. What was your name again?
Tommy.
Tommy. I want you to read the Declaration of Independence.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever read that before?
Yep.
Okay. Read that bullet point by bullet point. And see if you kind of notice something. All right.
Sure. Nice talking to you, buddy. An iPhone?
Not because it is a threat, but because their amygdala manufactures threat.
Yeah.
This is why fact-
And so, like, you know how you go like that, and it, like,
debating
you know, you can
ideas.
see shit.
You're debating
and
with
then you can
verified
hit that
laser
side-
brain. You present data.
You hit the side button to turn it off, right?
Yeah.
Their nervous system screams.
But does it go?
It doesn't go off all the way.
Or it doesn't go off?
No, it won't go off all the way.
All right, like,
So it'll go off once you put it. So it's already off. It's not locked. I mean, it's locked. So when you put it in your pocket, it'll shut off.
all right.
Like once it goes upside down for so long, it'll shut off on its own.
No, I just got this phone. Just like,
Yeah.
I got right before I got here.
Yeah, you'll love it once you get used to it. What up, Ice?
Come down and even out the odds a little bit.
Yeah.
Time, right? You got a little gang showing up.
Yeah.
Five here.
What up, Ned Flanders? We love you, bro. Have you got your car back? Are you driving your car again with no registration and no insurance?
Oh, I got the car back in 3 days.
How much did it cost you to get out?
What was it? It was a weird $127.
That's it for 3 days? Damn, you got lucky.
Yeah. Well, I had to pay. Well, the cop didn't do the ticket right. So when I went to go to court about the ticket, they just threw it out.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, guys, it looks like that was a good interview. I'm glad we took that. All right, we are going to call it a night here. With hell of an eruption going on in Kilauea, and also that was a great interview. He cleaned his clock, and yeah, everybody knows him. He did good. All right, so that's going to be it for tonight. The sights and sounds of Earth, and we'll see you guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. We will be back on tomorrow night for a standard set. 9 to 11 or later if we decide to. We went to 12 tonight. I've been on for 3 hours, almost exactly right now. And so I've got my dinner already in the microwave. So I'm going to go finish that up. I'll play you guys out with a couple of songs, but we are done for the night. And I do appreciate everybody being here. Please hit that like and subscribe if you haven't done it yet. And yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Right back here. This is the Sights and Sounds of Earth, right here on Starship Adventures. And again, we will see you next time, which will be tomorrow night, or actually tonight. It's now 2 minutes after midnight. So we'll see you tonight, Monday night, and every night, 9 p.m. Eastern. All right, everybody, have a great night. Safe tomorrow. And we will see you guys next time. KO4 EFS clear. 7-3s, everybody. 7-3s.
We'll gather round, folks, from the hills to the plains. This here's a tale of a man who broke chains. Donald Trump, the boss, with a heart full of fire, fighting communism, lifting America higher. He took a bullet for us, stood tall in the fray, while socialists scheme to take freedom away. From the White House to the border, he's kicking ass strong, making liberals squirm, 'cause he's right all along. He built that big wall, 400 miles tall, kept the invaders from taking it all. 7 million jobs, economy roaring like thunder, unemployment low, families rising from under. Tax cuts for workers, no tax on your tip, overtime free, no more socialist grips. Energy king drilling all day and night, affordable gas putting green dreams to flight. Oh, Donald Trump, fighting the red tide wave, crushing communism, making America brave. He took a bullet for freedom, bled on that stage. Liberals hate him 'cause he's winning the page. From sea to shining sea, red, white, and blue, he's kicking ass daily, seeing us through. God bless the USA, land of the free. Trump's our fighter eternity. Space Force Command, AI leading the way. Genesis mission, cancer dying each day. Trade deals with steel, tariffs hitting them hard. No more endless wars, peace in our yard. Serious sanctions lifted, freedom rings loud. Global alliances making us proud. Western hemisphere strong, security tied. No room for socialists in this patriotic fight. Oh, Donald Trump, fighting the red tide wave, crushing communism, making America brave. He took a bullet for freedom, bled on that stage. Liberals hate him 'cause he's winning the page. From sea to shining sea, red, white, and blue, he's kicking ass daily, seeing us through. God bless the USA, land of the free. Trump's our fighter eternity. In Minnesota's mess, fraud running wild, Somali scams stealing billions undefiled. Tampon Tim dancing, letting it slide, but Trump's calling justice, turning the tide. Feeding fake futures, daycare doors locked, healthcare heists, Trump's got them shot. Nick Shirley's light, shining truth on the scene. Citizen heroes, keeping it clean. Protests ridiculous, anti-law clowns banging pots in the streets, shutting down towns. Ice out for good, now that's chaos they crave. Trump's enforcing order, the brave in the grave. Took a bullet in, but a fist in the air. Fight he roared, showing he cares. Liberals screaming 'cause he's right and he's bold. Successful as hell, turning lead into gold. He better get that that Nobel for peace. He's the king, bringing freedom worldwide. Hear liberty ring. From Iran to the borders, kicking ass every day, handling crises like wildfire, clearing the way. Socialists hating, but troops on his side. Patriotic powerhouse with God as his guide. Dems in disarray, losing their grip. Working class turn and jumping the ship. High prices fall and confidence high. Trump's Genesis plan touching the sky. No kings, rallies flop, hypocrisy clear. Free Monteiro, cheers, man, that's queer. Gays for Hamas, what a twisted game. Trump's fighting real evil, calling it by name. Donald Trump, fighting the red tide wave, crushing communism, making America brave. He took a bullet for freedom, bled on that stage. Liberals hate him cause he's winning the page. From sea to shining sea, red, white, and blue, he's kicking ass daily, seeing us through. God bless the USA, land of the free. Trump's our fighter eternity. Oh, Donald Trump, fighting the red tide wave, crushing communism, making America brave. He took a bullet for freedom, bled on that stage. Liberals hate him cause he's winning the page. From sea to shining sea, red, white, and blue, he's kicking ass daily, seeing us through. God bless the USA, land of the free. Trump's our fighter eternity. Eternity. God bless America, folks.
All right, everybody, thanks for being here. It's been my pleasure to be your host this evening for the Sights and Sounds of Earth here on Starship Adventures. I hope everybody's had a good evening and has a great night. Have a safe tomorrow, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow night at 9 p.m. This is Starship Adventures, and this concludes our broadcast day. Thank you for being here, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow night, or tonight, at 9 o'clock. KO4 EFS QSY. Clear channel.
The